Is replacing Brandon Osmondson in the Admirals lineups. The starting forwards again are Iverson, Montgomery, and Karan. Watch out for former Grizzly Keaton Jamison. He had 2 goals and 1 assist last night, and Jamison's been on a roll for the Admirals. And Danny Caddick, he had 1 goal and 2 assists last night. He's got 19 goals and 19 assists on the season, so watch out for them. And also watch out for former Grizzlies forward Garrett Sargis, who's got 7 goals in 16 games for the Admirals. That's the lineup for the Norfolk Admirals. Let's get to the starters for the Utah Grizzlies, who have got a record of 27-30-2. They are 18-9-1 here at home. Starting in net is Will Cranley, the big 6'4" and 185-pound goaltender. This will be his 25th game overall this season. With Utah, Cranley's got a record of 5-6-2 with a 3.90 goals against average and 888 save percentage. Starting defensive pairing, Josh Wesley was last night's hero. He'll be paired up with Kyle Mayhew. The starting forwards are Brett Stapley, Brandon Cutler, and Adam Berg. We had mentioned Stapley and Cutler. They've certainly been the bread and butter for the Grizzlies all season long. So watch out for those guys. That's going to be the starters. The scratches for Utah: Cade Jensen, Michael Underwood, as well as Nathan Burke, Cody Karan, Keone Teixeira, and Dean Yakura. When we come back, we'll have face-off here at Maverick Center. It's the Grizzlies and the Admirals coming up next on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you haven't risen yet and you're able to, please do so. And with your caps, it's time for our national anthem. Doing it for us this afternoon, David Pack. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare amongst the steaming air, it proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you very much, David Pack. And we thank the University of Utah Joint Branch ROTC for presenting our amazing colors. Couple of ceremonial first puck drops in a minute, Tim Rice. Coming out with Grizzlies Vice President and Chairman of the Anthem.
It's a great night for hockey as 2 big standings points are on the line as Utah Grizzlies take on the Norfolk Admirals in the second of a 3-game series. I'm Tyson Whiting. The building is still buzzing over last night's comeback where Utah trailed 4-1, but they scored 3 goals in a 68-second stretch to turn a 4-1 Norfolk lead into a 4-4 tie. And then the Grizzlies scored in a minute 30 into overtime as Josh Wesley got his second of the night, 16th of the season. He turned out to be the hero for the Grizzlies. It's going to be interesting to see what happens this afternoon as Will Cranley gets the start in net for Utah. Cranley is making his 25th appearance overall this year and his 19th with the Grizzlies. The starting defensive pairing, for my money, one of the best in the league, Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew. The starting forwards are Brandon Cutler, Brett Stapley, and Adam Berg. Stapley had 3 assists last night, and Cutler came up with a big assist. He has 28 goals and 20 assists this season. Yanni Peretz gets the start in net for the Norfolk Admirals. This will be his 28th appearance. The starting defensive pairing for the Admirals, Derek Louis-Jean and Andrew McLean. The starting forwards, Keegan Iverson, along with Sean Montgomery and Thomas Caron. Referee tonight is John Lindner. The linesmen are Tyler Keston and Andrew Collins. Puck is dropped. Utah wins the draw. They skate from right to left, wearing a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Wesley over to Cutler, and the puck bounced off his stick and rolls towards Norfolk equipment manager Mason Wayland, who throws it back into play. Mason was the head equipment manager for the Grizzlies over the last 2 years. Before that was an assistant equipment manager for many years. So Mason Wayland, one of many Norfolk Admiral personnel that is back in the Salt Lake Valley. Draws back at center ice, 8 seconds in. Admirals win the faceoff. Both teams have one faceoff win here so far. As Stapley will saucer it towards the near corner as the Admiral skating from left to right. McLean slides it towards the far side. Stapley in the area. It goes back to Thomas Caron, who feathers it along the near boards. Chasing after it's Mayhew. He'll backhand it across to Wesley. As Wesley steers to Stapley, who gets it towards Berg, who has a tap off his stick. Admirals with a long-range flight out to center ice. Puck hippity hops out towards Luke Manning, wearing number 8. Manning in his second pro game. He got hit with a stick by Keegan Iverson, as Iverson just slashed Luke Manning up high, and Keegan Iverson's going to go to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. It's going to be a 2-minute penalty as Manning failed to draw blood, as Keegan Iverson just slashed Luke Manning as Manning was entering into the Norfolk zone. So the Grizzlies, who went 3 for 6 on the power play last night, they go to work here early on. Now Manning says, trying to show blood. The referee, John Lindner, is like, no, I already said it's a 2-minute penalty. Manning at the last second says, hey, look, I'm bleeding. It's the only time in the world where I think you want to draw blood is when you get hit with a high stick, and then you get an extra 2 minutes on the power play. Cutler will take the draw. He's out there with Fitz and Wesley. Up top is the University of Denver connection. Kyle Mayhew and Brett Stapley. Both guys won a national championship in 2022. As the Admirals get it, Louis-Jean failed to clear it out. Cutler rolls it behind Norfolk's net to Fitz, who will back it to the far side for Stapley. Stapley skates towards the far corner. He'll push it back up top to Mayhew. Steers it back to Wesley left side. Wesley fakes a shot. He's being shadowed by Jean. Wesley feeds to the near corner to Fitz, who moves it up top for Mayhew. Mayhew slides it to Stapley on the right side. Stapley, toe drag, keeps the puck as Jean pushes him. Stapley throws it towards the end boards. Fitz couldn't reach it. Wesley in the near corner, trying to get it back to Fitz. It's picked off. Admirals throw it to the left point. Mayhew keeps it in. He'll fire it across to Fitz. It gets to Stapley, who surveys far side. Stapley trying to feather it out in front. Puck gets poked back to the left side. Mayhew over to Stapley, who slides it back to Mayhew. Mayhew fires lefty shot, saved by Peretz. Hacking away his burr is Fitz, who throws it to the near side as Fitz got boxed out by Louis-Jean, and the Admirals clear it out. We're still scoreless. A minute and 40 into the contest. Grizzlies in the power play for another minute, as Keegan Iverson got a high sticking minor 41 seconds in. Grizzlies shuffled the deck and got new personnel as Bokosh, fresh off a 1-game suspension, slides to the far side. Puck bounced off a Messner skate. The Admirals get it, and clearing it out is Mark Lewiski, who leads the league in penalty minutes with 248. Robbie Stucker skates around Cranley's net wearing number 40. Stucker played his college hockey at the University of Minnesota as well as Vermont. He gets to Bokosh left side. Bokosh on an NHL entry-level deal with Colorado, former third-round pick. Rolls along the boards. It's cut off. And clearing it out airborne is Carson Musser, number 4, the 6'1 defenseman out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Stucker around his net. About 15 seconds left in the power play. Stucker gets a new tries. He'll skate down the middle. Now he enters the zone, gets the Manning. Luke Manning, 5'10", played at University of St. Thomas, second pro game, over to Bokosh near goal line. Bokosh moves it up top to Stucker, who skates towards his right. Now back to Bokosh, left side, now across the right side. Shot hits the post. That shot was taken by Cole Gallant. As Iverson's back on the ice, Grizzlies 0 for 1 on the power plays. We're still scoreless, about 3 minutes in. Norfolk clears it all the way into the Grizzlies zone. Both teams will make a change as Quinn Wicker skates down the middle. The former Rapid City Rush skater will push it ahead to the right wing for Neal. Neal bounces the puck to the far corner, gets it, and he skates around the Admirals net towards the near side. Neal throws it back to the spot he vacated. Brandon Fade, the former Grizzly, throws it to the far side. Fade, one of 6 defensemen for Jeff Carr's unit tonight. Admirals have it deep in their own zone. They'll push it out to center ice. It goes off Caddick's stick, and it flies into the Grizzly zone. Puck rolls behind Utah's net. Cranley will move it to the near side. It goes past Caddick and off of him. Puck ends up bouncing towards the middle. Keaton Jamison, left side, will toss it off the near wall. As McDougall with a shot that's blocked away by Aragon's stick. That's Josh McDougall, number 23, the 5'11 defenseman for the Admirals. Norfolk swings along the near side. McDougall wasn't at the point as the Admirals race back deep in their own zone. Grizzlies make a line change. Norfolk with a nice outlet pass, 3/4 length of the ice as Caddick has a bounce off his stick as he was looking for Jamison. As Cutler near the Grizzlies bench dumps it in. Cutler got blasted by Musser as the Admirals moving out to center ice. The speedy Timofeyev, step on Timofeyev, skates along the left one, take a righty shot, saved by Cranley. Florent over to Smirnoff, but Smirnoff couldn't handle it behind Utah's net. Grizzlies cleared out to center, it bounced off of Stapley and wobbles towards Peretz. No icing as the Grizzlies get Stapley and Cutler off. He's replaced by Cole Gallant. He's out there with Manning. Adam Berg exits the ice, and he's replaced by Bocage. Timofeyev across the center ice. He's a speedy 137 points this season. Got dragged around, no call. Wesley gets it to Bocage near the Grizzlies bench. He'll toss it behind his back towards the Admirals bench. Puck kept the opposite center ice. Louis Jean has a tough time locating it. He'll throw it towards the near side as Smirnoff will push it ahead. Wesley trying to get it to Gallant. Gallant gets blasted at center ice, but he dumped it in as Louis Jean delivered a hit. Luke Manning gets pushed as the puck ended up out of play with 15-18 left in the first. Still no score. Grizzlies have outshot the Admirals 2-1 early on. Just getting underway, so grab some chips and dip and a beverage of your choice and enjoy a little bit of Sunday with us. Tyler Penner will take the draw at center ice. This is consecutive game number 204 for Penner. He'll take the draw against Sean Montgomery. Montgomery was on the right wing last night. He's a center today. Off the draw, Sargis center ice shot is blocked away by Cranley. Now Wicker's behind his net towards the near side. Gets the Fitz. Fitz pushes it back to Wickers. He moves it across to Stucker. Robbie Stucker keeps his head up as he crosses center ice. He gets it poked away. Sean Montgomery crosses center ice. Now he crosses the blue. 2-on-3. Right wing, righty shot. Saved by Cranley. Puck bounces in front of Cranley. Penner gathers it and throws to Fitz. Fitz skates along the left wing with good speed. He'll skate towards the near circle. It's got a shot. He scores! Dylan Fitz gets his 17th of the year, and the Grizzlies have taken a 1-0 lead. All right, Fitz now has a goal in back-to-back games, and this is his 9th goal in his last 11 contests, so this being the 11th game. As Dylan Fitz is the off to first goal of the game score. Penner moved it ahead to Fitz. Fitz from his own territory just glided along the left wing very matter-of-factly north-south, and he went top shelf right over the right shoulder of Peretz. So Dylan Fitz gets one past Peretz as the Grizzlies lead 1-0. Utah's 18-3-1 when scoring first this year. As Grizzlies in the attack zone, right side as Bocage gets up top to Jordan Stone. Stone with a shot, kick saved by Peretz. And Stone looking for his first pro goal as he's out there with Jacob Semick, the Arizona State product. Rink wide pass to the right, bounces off of Smirnoff, stick at center ice and flies into the Grizzlies zone. Semick ahead towards Neal. Max Neal still looking for his first pro goal. He'll saucer it ahead. Puck gets there under it. Bocage chases after it. He throws Connor Fedoruk over in the near corner. Puck behind Norfolk's net. It goes to the far side. And as Wesley gets it towards Messner. Messner slot lefty shot. It's poked away as Neal got a piece of it. Norfolk up ahead. They cross center ice. Admirals step over the line. And they skate in. But getting it poked away, as that was Thomas Cron trying to skate in. He got poked away as Bocage gets to neutralize. He crosses center. Bocage steps over the line near side, gets pushed along the boards, and he'll feather it towards the near corner. Berg in the area, so Stapley as both guys hack away. 3 Admirals in the area. Berg tries to hold his ground, but the Admirals push it ahead along the near side. Sargis has a bounce off of him. Stapley directs it towards Berg, who had to get away from the referee. Musser in the area. Cutler joins the play. Stapley near side. He'll skate towards the point as he gets pushed in the back by Jamison. As Cutler, wearing an A on his sweater, skates towards the point. He goes past Mayhew and all the way into the Grizzlies zone. As Mayhew with good speed getting challenged by Sargis. Mayhew gets there before Sargis. Mayhew quickly gets around Sargis and another Admiral and Caddick. Mayhew skates towards the right side, takes a lefty shot that's blocked away by a stick as Mayhew is looking to go coast to coast. Sargis gets it to Caddick, who's a power forward at 6'5", 220 pounds, and plays a complete game. They'll throw it deep into the Grizzlies zone as both teams will reshuffle the deck personnel-wise. Wickers in front of Cranley's net as we're 7 minutes in. Utah leads 1-0 on Dylan Fitz' 17th of the year, with Penner and Quinn Wickers getting the assist. Wickers has an assist in back-to-back games. Admirals deep in their own end. John, diagonal pass to the right. Did Florent get a piece of it? The linesman says yes as Wickers chases after deep in the Grizzly zone. He falls down on his own as the Admirals, McLean, dance around the near corner. Now he skates towards the point. Now he feathers it towards the middle. Timofeyev for the righty shot that goes wide. Florent near side. Everybody hacking away. Puck squirts towards the far corner. Bocage will bounce it off an Admiral. It goes towards the middle as Manny got blasted pretty good by Smirnov. Both guys wearing number 8. Smirnov moves to his right. It glanced up a Gallant's skate. Admirals re-enter. Florent throws it towards the middle. Timofeyev one-timers blocked by Stucker. Stucker gallops after it on the far side. Admirals will switch up skaters. Grizzlies get some new forwards. Wickers ahead to Aragon. He had to tap off his stick. It goes deep in the Admirals zone. Utah skating from right to left during the first period. As Aragon pushes it back to center ice, Grizzlies reset. Semick across to Fitz, the lone goal scorer tonight. He'll toss it to the far corner. Admirals fly it out. It stays in the Admirals zone. They didn't get much on it. Fitz to Penner. Shot goes wide as Penner was down the middle. It missed stick side on Peretz. Puck lifts out to center. Fitz at the Utah line. We'll drop it back for Semick, the Arizona State product. The outlet's to Penner. It glances off a stick and flies into the first row, where a fan makes a very impressive catch in seat 2. Dylan Fitz scored 5:14 in as the Grizz lead 1-0. Tyler Penner and Quinn Wickers picking up the assists. It's the Grizzlies 1 and the Admirals 0 here early on a Sunday afternoon at Maverick Center. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network. .27 is left in the first period. As Grizzlies lead 1-0 as Dylan Fitz the optimum first goal of the game score. He tallied a 5-on-5 goal, 5:14 in. Grizzlies have had one power play so far that came in the first minute of the contest. And Grizzlies, if I remember right, maybe got one shot on that power play. Draw one by Utah. They're in their own zone as Mayhew dance around. Now he feeds it across to Wesley. Wesley will skate towards center ice, and he'll zip it in, and the puck bounced off of Cameron Nault, number 11. As the Admirals, Mark Lewinsky in the area, skates towards the line. As Max Neal drags down an Admiral, as the puck hippity hops onto Wesley, who's in the Grizzlies zone. He'll toss it ahead, looking for Neal, passes behind him. As the Admirals get to the far side. Norfolk pushes out to center ice. Cameron Nault will fly it in, as the puck ricochets off the near corner on one hop of the ice. As Gallant gets to Wesley, now to Max Neal down the middle. Neal will bounce it off of Thomas Cron, no relation to the Grizzlies' Cody Cron. As the puck squirts out to center ice near the Grizzlies bench. As Mustard gets pushed by Berg. Taking it as Gallant, he'll throw it in. Gallant's been a great distributor for the Grizzlies this year with 31 assists. Out to new tries, Cron gets it across. Admirals will lift it in as the puck skips towards the right corner. Iverson throws it behind his back as Jamison pushes up top. As the Admirals couldn't get it. Cutler ahead to Stapley. Stapley racing after it, but Stapley couldn't quite get to it before Peretz plays the puck. And he'll toss it off the end boards, does Peretz. Puck lifts out to center ice. Wickers with a right wing pass towards Berg, who moves it to his left for Cutler. Cutler over the line, back to Berg. He's near the near circle. Out to Cutler, overskates it. Now the puck, Cutler continues to battle. Jamison tries to hold his ground. Cutler took it away. Puck squirts towards the near circle. Stapley gets held up. Taking the puck is Berg, who glides towards his right. He'll toss off the far boards. Cutler throws it towards the middle. Puck bounces. Wickers on the left side gets to Stapley. Stapley across to Cutler. Far side will take a lefty shot. And a score! Grizzlies extend the lead. Berg was in the area in front of the crease trying to redirect it. It's either Berg or Cutler. Either way, it looks like it's Brandon Cutler getting his 29th of the year. And what a start for Utah. It's now a 2-0 game. As Stapley got it across, Stapley's going to get an assist. Cutler had Berg cutting in front of Peretz. It's hard to really tell whether Berg got a piece of it or not. It looks like Berg did get a piece of it. It just bounced off of Peretz and trickled past the goal line. So no point for Adam Berg, but he did a good job shielding Yannick Peretz from the puck. Cutler's going to get his 29th goal of the season. Brett Stapley will get his 41st assist of the campaign. Off the draw goes between Stone and Semick. On to Cranley, who gets it to Stone, back to Semick. As Bocage gets hit in the back by Fade. Bocage over to Semick, who skates down Broadway, crossing neutral ice. He'll chip it to the left for Bocage. Bocage gets hit, losing the puck, losing a stick was Smirnov. Puck along the end boards, manning in the area, so's Gallant. As Norfolk zips it along the near wall, cutting off is Semick. He'll push it to the middle for Bocage, lifts it into the near corner. Referee John Linder gets out of the way. As Luke Manning throws behind his back to the corner that he vacated. The Admirals get it. They skate from left to right. Admirals push it out to center ice. 2-on-2, they cross center. As Timofeyev steps over the line, they'll drop it off as the Admirals skate towards their right. As Florent swings and misses. Timofeyev with a shot that goes wide. Getting the puck back is Fedoruk. He'll feed it to the left point. Shot, save, rebound, shot, and a score. As Timofeyev scores from in front of the crease. Glove side past Cranley. As he gets his 12th of the year. And it's now a 2-1 game. As the puck just kind of had a mind of its own there in front of the crease. Timofeyev, who's been one of the Admirals' best players, comes away with a goal. Shot was taken from the left point. It bounced off a Stone onto Timofeyev. Just kind of a bad break for the Grizzlies as it hit off a Stone. Timofeyev was right there in front. Puck just kind of went towards him, and he was able to put it away. So it's now a 2-1 game with 8:48 left in the first. As both teams have combined for 9 shots, and 3 of them have found the back of the net. Mayhew will throw it into the Admiral zone. No icing as Garrett Sargis runs after it. Sargis collides with Aragon. Both guys have a lot of AHL experience, or SPHL experience. Penner in the area hacking away. Far corner, they get it off a Musser skate. And on to Timofeyev, who's got outstanding speed. He's a native of St. Petersburg, Russia. Sargis will slide it ahead. Now left wing pass to Jamison, who steps over the line sporting a mustache. Jamison played in 71 games with Utah last year. He's played in all but 1 for the Admirals. He'll beat it out in front to Sargis. Shot saved by Cranley. Fitz gets it ahead to Aragon, who has a tap off the Jamison stick. Jamison gathers the puck at the Admirals' blue line. He'll toss it back to Musser. Musser with a rink-wide pass towards the right side, ricocheting off the near boards. Canik chasing after it. Wickers gathers the puck. He'll drop it off for Mayhew as Wickers lost his stick as he collided along the end boards on a nice hit by Canik. Mayhew crossing center ice. He crossed the red. Now he steps over the blue down the middle. Take a lefty shot. And it's blocked away by McLean's stick as Messner far side skates towards the far circle. Take a lefty shot. Saved by Peretz. It bounced off of him. John will tap it off the near glass. Wickers at center ice. Skates back towards his blue line. On to Iverson, who fires it in. Cranley gloves it and immediately drops it to keep play alive. Wickers ahead to Messner. Got a piece of it as the puck ends up deep in the Admirals zone. As McLean tosses off the side of his own net. Iverson over to Louis Jean. Louis Jean, a native of Montreal. He'll throw it to... Stayed in the zone with Max Neal along the near point. The Whiskey will toss it ahead. As Stucker's able to keep it in. Now the puck spurts back to neutral ice. Bocage glides towards his left. He'll get it to Wesley, who steps over the line. Wesley skates towards the near corner. He's got 16 goals. He stops, pivots, gets it towards Gallant. Make that Bocage. Bocage skates towards his right, lays it for Mayhew. Mayhew skates towards the near circle. Gets around McLean. He feathers it out in front, looking for Neal. And the net gets dislodged. There was a lot of traffic out in front of the crease. So Utah's second goal was scored by Brandon Cutler. 10-17 in with Adam Berg and Brett Stapley getting the assist. So Berg ended up getting an assist on that play. He's the one that then ended up screening Peretz. And for Stapley, it's his 41st assist of the year. On the Norfolk goal, he was scored 11-12 in with Timofeyev getting his 12th goal of the season. Brady Florence and Keaton Jamison got the assist. For Jamison, that's his 23rd assist this year, and for Florent, it's his 11th. As Grizzlies win the neutral zone draw, Mayhew walks back in down the middle. He'll toss it off an Admiral skate. Berg chases after it deep. He collides with Brandon Fade, number 9. As puck out center ice, Timofeyev dances around. He gets spun by Stapley. As the Admirals fired onto Cranley, who gloves it, and he freezes as Florent was skating towards him. And the whistle blows with 6:32 left in the first. Looks like a pretty entertaining series. Norfolk's one of those teams that are a top 10 power play unit, and they're also a top 10 penalty kill unit. Grizzlies were able to get 37 shots last night, and that's a bit of a surprise since Norfolk is second in the league in shots allowed per game at 27.1. Admirals are averaging 3.5 goals per game, and they're averaging over 4 goals per contest over the last 10 games. Drosky in the far circle of the Grizzlies zone. Luke Manning played at St. Thomas, had 7 goals this season. He's kicked out of the face-off circle. The Western Michigan product, Cole Gallant, will take the draw against Penn State product, Dennis Smirnov. Draw won by the Grizzlies. Josh Wesley on the far side. Saucers out to center ice for Manning. It glanced off his stick. Penalty's going to be called as Smirnov tripped up Manning as Manning was trying to accept the puck. The whistle blows, and looks like either Smirnov or Brandon Fade. And it looks like Brandon Fade, number 9, goes to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Fade will serve 2 minutes. He played for the Grizzlies in the 2020-21 season. Before that, played with Rapid City. As Fade just recently signed with the Admirals. Fade gets the penalties. He tripped up Luke Manning. Fade played in 33 games with the Grizzlies in the 2020-21 season and had 5 assists. Draws the near circle. Utah is 0 for 1 on the power play here tonight. Grizz on the season are 20.1%. Admirals are a top 10 penalty kill unit in the league at 81.2%. Grizzlies won the draw. Stapley throws it to the middle for Cutler as tapped away by Louis Jean. Puck goes to Stapley right side over to Mayhew. Back to Cutler across to Wesley. Wesley fakes a one-timer, throws it towards the net, and it glanced off the skate. Louis Jean over on the near side. Jamison battles with Wesley. Jamison acts away. Near goal line, Admirals gather it. Josh McDougall will tap it off the side of the net. It rolls towards the far corner. The Admirals will slice it all the way deep into the Grizzlies zone. Cranley cuts it off over in the near corner, and he'll drop it for Mayhew. Admirals make a line change. Grizzlies keep the same 5-man unit out there with Wesley, Mayhew, as well as Stapley, Cutler, and Fitz. Cutler left wing, gets to Wesley, who steps over the line. Wesley along the near boards, gets held up by McLean. Lewinsky hacking away. Stapley in the area. 2-on-2 scrum over in the near corner. Fitch joins the play. Puck goes to the Admirals, and Lewinsky clears it out. As the Admirals will switch up skaters, and the Grizzlies reshuffle the deck as well. As Mayhew, the last of the Grizzlies out there on this shift, as he'll skate to neutralize. He'll drop it off before coming off the ice as Mayhew's replaced by Stucker. Bocage over to Manning, who steps over the line. Manning over towards the near side. He collides with an Admiral, and that's Fedoruk as the Admirals clear it out as it bounced off the Stucker stick. Cranley about 20 feet in front of the crease will drop it for Stucker as there's 35 seconds left in the power play. Grizzlies get to Gallant, who moves to his left for Manning. Manning left wing will fire it in as Messner, far corner, gets challenged as Iverson gets held up by Messner. Bocage delivers a hit on Iverson. As Gallant right wing shakes and bakes. Now gets to Bocage, who slides it out towards Messner. And the puck fidgets to Stucker. Now Gallant right side gets it. He'll skate towards the circle with speed. He'll feed it up top to Stucker. Stucker right side takes a righty shot. Gets redirected and goes wide. Manning was in the area with Caddick. The Admirals will bounce it off of Stucker as the puck wobbles towards the Utah blue line. Cranley slams a stick to the ice as the Admirals are back at full strength. Utah's 0 for 2 on the power play. But the Grizzly 2-1. With 4:15 left in the first. Grizzlies ahead to Mick Messner near Utah's bench. Tried to nudge it to Bocage, and it's poked away. Bocage will come off at the end of a shift. 4:07 and counting left in the first. Utah leads 2-1. Ahead, the Admirals crossing center ice. Smirnov steps over the line. He gets it one-handed away. Left point, Admirals keep it in the zone. As Timofeyev with a shot that's blocked by Semic. Utah lifts it out to center ice. It's gloved and dropped by Aragon, but taking it away is Musser. Musser ahead to the Norfolk line as the Admirals skating from left to right here in the period. Timofeyev will skate behind his net and Peretz and stop as the Admirals will spread the ice. Timofeyev down the middle, fakes to his right, and he'll move it to his left as the Admirals will zing it ahead. Now across towards Smirnov. He dances around the near goal line. He'll feather it up top Admirals face a shot, and Timofeyev takes it. It's kicked away by Cranley. Smirnoff over on the near side as Grizzlies clear it out to center. Norfolk, right wing, Timofeyev steps over the blue line, drops it off for Musser. Musser's a good-sized guy, wearing number 4. He'll throw it around Utah's net. Smirnoff chases after it. He gets tapped away by Mayhew. Puck lances off a skate, and Stapley throws to Mayhew in the far corner. Grizzlies still in their own end as Mayhew will bank it off the far boards. Puck is overpowered out to center ice as Neal delivers a hit and drags down an Admiral. Cutler steps over the line down the middle. Now he glides over and throws the puck to the far corner. He chases after it as he continues to battle. Right side, Wickers gets it poked away. Chasing after it, Wickers gets it at the Utah line. He'll nudge it ahead to Cutler, who moves to his left. Mayhew down the middle, crosses center ice, and he'll shovel it in. And it's puck deep in the Admiral zone. It rolls towards the near corner. Stapley in the area, gets towards Lewiski as Norfolk crosses center ice. Montgomery throws it in. Puck rolls towards the far corner. Stucker gets a good shoulder check from Montgomery. Left wing lefty shot goes wide, taken by Lewiski. Fade, right side, gets it across. McLean left point shot, kick saved by Cranley. Rebound goes to Wesley. 2:10 and counting left in the first as Wesley will bank it off a stanchion. Puck Hepity ops towards the near circle. Stucker throws to the corner. He chases after it. Wesley near side gets held up by Montgomery. Stapley gets a good push by Lewiski, but gets it towards Stucker down the middle. Stucker around center ice, throws to his right. Cole Gallant gets around the Norfolk defense. Backhand shot saved by Pretz. As everybody hacking in front of the crease. Puck still alive. Pretz on his backside. He gets back to his feet. Pretz, the stick goes flying towards the near boards. 2-on-3 battle along the near side. As Manning trying to hold his ground as he gets pushed by Fedoruk. As a scrum squirts towards the near wing, just outside the corner as Berg will exit the ice. Fade comes out with a puck. Brandon Fade, already got a penalty tonight. He'll saucer it ahead right wing to Cameron Nault, who fires it to the far corner on the left side. Sargis in the attack zone, left wing, backhands it across, goes wide. Nault kicks it out in front, it bounced off a Semic, back to Nault. Nault throws to the far corner. Sargis wearing number 27, back to Nault. Shot is blocked by Manning now. Shot saved by Cranley. Everybody rolling around in front of the crease. Cranley goes down. Bocage rolls it around to the far side. Manning gets a good check by Caddick. 1 minute left in the first period. Utah leads 2-1. As battle along the far wall. Manning, as the puck will fly all the way towards the near side. As Semic got a good check from Caddick. McDougal throws it out to the far point. Nobody was home. As the Admirals get it back at their blue line. Grizzlies quickly get in a line change. Out to the near side for McDougal. He'll push to his left. Sargis down the middle. Will step over the line. Now he veers off to the left. Drops it off for Musser. He'll take a left wing shot that goes wide. As Jamison right side shot saved by Cranley. And he eventually holds on with 27 seconds left in the first. A lot of action picking up here at Maverick Center. Both teams have taken 8 shots here. And remember, it looks like the game is on for free on FloHockey. Just follow the league's social media channels, or also follow FloHockey. Just find the link and you're able to watch this game for free. The Sunday showcase that the league puts on with a free game every week, and it just happens to be the Grizzlies and Admirals this week. Admirals win the draw. Timofeyev, right side, he's already got a goal tonight. He'll take a righty shot. And a glove saved by Cranley as he snatched it out of the air about chest high and holds on. 21 seconds are left here in the first. The Grizzlies have a 2-1 lead. During the intermission, we'll go over all the stats of the first period. We'll also go over some scores from around the world of sports. The crowd having a good time here in the second of a 3-game set. Don't forget that Monday night's going to be the series finale. It's going to be a Smith family night. 4 tickets for $40 and then $10 for each additional ticket after that. Grizzlies win the draw, skating from right to left. Ahead to Aragon, who zips it towards Penner. Penner has a tap off his stick. He regathers it and throws to the far corner. 10 seconds left as the puck rolls along the near side as it goes into the Grizzlies zone. As Josh Wesley chasing after it. 2 seconds left. He gathers the puck, and now he'll do it for 20 minutes here at Maverick Center. As Utah leads 2-1 as they got goals from Dylan Fitz with 5:14 into the first. He's the optimum first goal of the game scorer. Brandon Cutler made it 2-0. He scored 10-17 in. The Admirals got a goal with Stepan Timofeyev. He got his 12th goal of the season with Brady Florent. And Keaton Jamison getting the assists. We'll come back and recap the first 20 minutes of play, and we'll also go over some scores from around the world of sports. Once again, after 2 periods, it's Utah Grizzlies 1, and the Utah Grizzlies 2, and the Norfolk Admirals 1. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network. First intermission here at Maverick Center. The second of a 3-game set. Utah leads 2-1. The Grizz scored the first 2 goals of the game, and that's certainly a good sign. If you know the Grizzlies have been following them all year, you know the Grizzlies have been outstanding when scoring first. They are 18-3-1 when tallying the first goal of the game. Dylan Fitz is the opposite first goal of the game scored. It's 5:14 into the first. Really, he had pretty much an open lane. Penner just kind of nudged it to him and neutralized, and then Fitch just kind of, as he's done many times in a Grizzlies uniform, just kind of matter-of-factly skates north-south towards the nearest circle, and he went top shelf right over the right shoulder of Yaniv Perez. So Fitz got his 17th of the year. The Grizzlies Iron Man Tyler Penner gets his 9th assist this season, and Quinn Wickers gets his 12th assist of the campaign as Utah took a 1-0 lead, 5:14 into the first period. 5 minutes and 3 seconds later, it was Brandon Cutler getting his 29th of the year as he scored from the right wing. Brett Stapley and Quinn Wickers picked up the assist. Initially on the sheet I got, they had listed Adam Berg as getting the assist, but instead it's Wickers getting his 2nd assist of the first period. Cutler was on the right wing. Adam Berg was cutting in front of Perez. He might have impeded some of the vision. Berg didn't get a piece of it, but he could have had an impact on it as the puck did bounce off of Pretz, and the puck just kind of bounced off of Pretz and wobbled past the goal line. And for Brandon Cutler, you know, what can you say? He's picked up his 29th goal of the season. He is tied for 6th in the league in goals. And obviously a guy that takes as many shots as Cutler does. He only had 1 shot in the first period, and he made it count with his 29th goal. Cutler is 2nd in the league with 225 shots on goal. That's through the first period here today. So Utah took a 2-0 lead at that point. The Admirals got on the board about a minute later, 11-12 into the first, as the original shot was taken from the left point. I think that was Brady Florent that took the shot, and the puck just bounced off a stone, and it took a great hop for the Admirals. It just kind of hit off a stone skate and just directly went towards Stepan Timofeyev. And then Timofeyev was in the slot. He was all alone. Once he got the puck, he just fired a pass below Cranley glove side, and that cut into the Utah lead, making it a 2-1 game. Timofeyev with his 12th goal of the season. Keaton Jamison, the former Grizzly, got his 23rd assist of the year, and Brady Florent also picked up an assist, and that is his 11th of the season. And nobody scored the rest of the first period. We had 1 penalty on each side. Keegan Iverson, actually both penalties were on the Admirals. Keegan Iverson got a high sticking minor 41 seconds in, and then the Admirals' 2nd penalty was Brandon Fade, who got a tripping minor 13:37 into the first period. Norfolk ended up out shooting Utah 10-8 in the first period as the Admirals had the last 2 shots of the frame. Will Cranley for Utah stopped 9 of 10. For Norfolk, it was a 6 of 8 performance by Yaniv Peretz through one period. Peretz played one NHL game 2 months ago with the Carolina Hurricanes, and he saw one shot against the Los Angeles Kings and made a save. So Peretz has 1 game of NHL experience under his belt. He's under an NHL contract with the Carolina Hurricanes. Of the 8 shots Utah took in the first period, Dylan Fitz leads the way with 2, and then 6 other Grizzlies with 1 shot. It's a Coca-Cola can race here at Maverick Center. All 4 cans have 1 win in the tradition that's lasted all of 9 days. Fanta's off to a quick lead. Coca-Cola's in second, Diet Coke in third, and Sprite in fourth. Diet Coke passes Coca-Cola as Fanta gets around the turn. As Fanta, Diet Coke pushes Fanta in the back. Fanta keeps his feet as they go to the left side behind the net. Fanta, Diet Coke leaning on Fanta's left side of his can. As Diet Coke running slowly, Fanta's also running pretty slowly. As Fanta, Grisby stops everybody. He stops Fanta. Grisby, oh boy, Grisby made a mistake stopping Fanta. Now Fanta races into the attack zone right side. He tries to get around Sprite. Fanta gets around Sprite. Fanta and Sprite, it's a dead heat. Who's the winner? I think it's Fanta. I think at the end, Fanta crossed the line and is the winner in the Coca-Cola can race. So that breaks the 4-way tie. All 4 cans had 1 victory coming into play this evening, and Fanta, in a last-second barrage, got the victory over Sprite. Well, hopefully Sprite's okay. They fell on their can there right at the very end. As Sprite trying to make that fever pitch, Fanta cut right in front of them. Oh, Sprite took a spill and crossing the finish line. I believe Fanta's the winner, unless Sprite's got long arms and was able to reach their arm over there and cross the finish line before Fanta. That's the Coca-Cola can racer at Maverick Center, the newest and greatest attraction that has lasted all of 9 days. And we can officially give the victory to Fanta, as they now have 2 victories. Coca-Cola, Sprite, and Diet Coke are each in a 3-way tie for second place. Well, it's a big game for the Grizzlies in terms of the playoff race. It's game 60 of 72 for both the Grizzlies and the Admirals. Norfolk right now is in second place in the North Division. For the Grizzlies, they're in 4th place right now, 1 point ahead of the Allen Americans. And when we come back to the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report, we will go over some scores from around the league, as well as what's going on with the Allen Americans. Their game just went final against the Kalamazoo Wings. The Grizzlies lead the Admirals 2-1, and if you're scoring at home, Fanta got the victory in the Coca-Cola can race. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings! Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Snyder has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. No wonder that we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Snyder, ECHL tourism.
Welcome back to Maverick Center. First intermission, Utah leads Norfolk 2-1. That's a big game for both teams in the standings races and in the playoff races. For the Norfolk Admirals, they're in second place, but they're in second by a wide margin as they have a 12-point lead over third place Newfoundland. Norfolk is 6 points behind the Adirondack Thunder. As Adirondacks had an outstanding year. They're in first place in the North Division. Norfolk's in second. Adirondack is off tonight, so Norfolk can pick up 2 points on Adirondack in their race for the North Division title. As for the Grizzlies, they are in fourth place in the Mountain Division with 56 standings points. They are 4 points behind Tulsa for third place, and the Grizzlies are 1 point ahead of the Allen Americans. Allen has 55 standings points and are in fifth place. Wichita, who was off this week, they have 54 standings points, and the Rapid City Rush is bringing up the rear with 49 standings points. Allen lost 6-1 to Kalamazoo. That's right, Kalamazoo got a 5-goal victory in a game that featured quite a few penalties towards the end. Allen had 46 minutes worth of penalties. Kalamazoo had 42. Interestingly enough, Kalamazoo was 2 for 7 on the power play. Allen was just 1 for 1 on the man advantage. The only goal scored by Allen was Colby McCauley. Former Grizzly forward Eric Bradford was with the team in the 2016-2017 season when current Norfolk coach Jeff Carr was an assistant under Tim Branham. Bradford picking up goals 23 and 24 on the season. Bradford also had an assist. He had a 3-point game. Actually had 2 assists. Bradford with a 4-point game for the Kalamazoo Wings. He was a +2 and had 6 shots. Bradford was one of Utah's best players in the 2016-2017 season, where Utah put together a pretty good run in the second half to clinch a playoff spot towards the end of the year. And Jeff Carr, the current Norfolk head coach, was an assistant for the Grizzlies that season. Eric Bradford, no question, is the #1 star for Kalamazoo as the Wings defeat the Allen Americans 5-1. So the scoreboard really goes to Utah's favor. That's the only real big Mountain Division battle. In fact, I think outside of this one, that's the only other Mountain Division team in action. So in terms of scoreboard watching today, could be in the Grizzlies' favor. Obviously, they got to take care of business here against the Admirals and climb up 2 more points ahead of Allen for 4th place in the division. Other games in the league, just about everyone's gone final. South Carolina defeats Savannah 6-4. Toledo gets a 3-2 win over Atlanta. Jacksonville shuts out Greenville 1-0. Cincinnati gets a 4-0 victory over Indy. And it looks like a game that has just gone final. Maine gets a 6-3 win over Reading. When we come back, we'll talk some hockey and give you some stats from the first period. And eventually we'll get to the second period action here at Maverick Center as the Grizzlies lead the Admirals 2-1. This is the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Welcome back to Maverick Center. I'm Tyson Whiting. Utah leads 2-1 after 1 period. One game of the NHL has already gone final. In a battle of 2 teams that reside in the state of New York, the Rangers get a 5-2 victory over the Islanders. As New York's had an outstanding year, the Rangers are Stanley Cup contenders. The Islanders are certainly an interesting team. They have lost 15 games past regulation. As New York, they're currently led by Hall of Fame goaltender Patrick Waugh. Rangers defeat the Islanders 5-2. One game in progress. 13 minutes are left in the third period. New Jersey and Vegas are tied at 1. There's 4 games starting at 4 o'clock in the NHL. San Jose is at Chicago. Winnipeg is at Columbus. Winnipeg is the NHL affiliate of the Norfolk Admirals. Carolina is at Ottawa. And the Detroit Red Wings are at Pittsburgh. At 5 o'clock, Anaheim is at St. Louis. A few minutes from now, we'll find out who makes the NCAA tournament as Selection Sunday. The selection show starts in about 5 minutes. And a fan chugging a beer with his left hand, and looks like he has just about completed the beer, and he does. And the only thing left there was the orange. As now another fan sees himself on the video board. She gives the peace sign. She's like, I am not chugging this thing. Well, she's giving it a start. No, she's like, I'm not chugging it. Flex Cam is on here at Maverick Center as we're having a good time on a Sunday afternoon. Some stats in the first period. Utah had 8 shots in the first, and 5 of them were considered scoring chances by the off-ice officials. Norfolk had 10 shots in the first period. 3 were considered to be scoring chances. The face-off circle, according to the off-ice officials, Utah won 10, and the Admirals won 3. Utah had 2 power plays in the first period, and they ended up with 1 power play shot. Norfolk had 7 hits through 1 period, and the Grizzlies have 5. Utah had 3 giveaways, the Admirals had 2. Typical Sunday crowd here at Maverick Center, second of a 3-game set. Don't forget that tomorrow night is going to be the series finale. It's going to be Smith's Family Night with 4 tickets for $40 and then $10 for each additional ticket after that. Next weekend, the Grizzlies will be in the Black Hills for the only series meeting on the road against the Rapid City Rush. That's going to be a series that's going to be this upcoming Friday and Saturday at 7:05. Sunday will be at 4 o'clock. As the Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush. Utah is 4-1-1 against Rapid City this season. Those are certainly going to be big standings points, as Grizzlies have 5 road games left in the regular season. And of course, you look at the overall record of 9-21-1 on the road. It's certainly not impressive, but remember, the Grizzlies lost their first 11 games on the road. After that, the Grizzlies really held their own and have won just enough road games to stay in the Mountain Division playoff race. We'll come back here and have second period action at Maverick Center as the Grizzlies lead the Admirals 2-1. This has been the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Utah leads 2-1 heading into the second period. It's already a multiple point game for Quinn Wickers, who had one of the assists on both of Utah's first period goals. Wickers now has a point in 2 straight games, as he had an assist last night. And for Wickers, it is his first multiple point game of the season. Quinn Wickers started the year with the Wheeling Nailers and was traded for Jordan Martell in early December. Grizzlies will be skating from left to right as we see it from high atop section 114 in your mind's eye. See it on YouTube. Remember, you can also watch this game on the league's Flow Sports channel, on the league's social media channels, as well as FloHockey, your exclusive home for the video stream of the ECHL. And yet you can watch this game for free. Grizzlies and the Admirals, the Sunday showcase that they have every week on FloHockey. Grizzlies will start the second period with the same 5 that started the game. Brandon Cutler, Brett Stapley, and Adam Berg. The defensive pairing is Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew. Dennis Smirnoff will take the draw for the Admirals. Timo Feyev on the left wing. Louis Jean and Andrew McLean, the starting defenseman. Keaton Jamison also out there for Norfolk to start the second period. As the Admirals rolling with some different skaters. Actually, it's Brady Florent instead of Jamison for the Admirals. They're starting a different unit here in the second period than they did the first. Admirals having their own zone. They skate from right to left. Timo Feyev falls down on his own. Well, I thought he fell down on his own, but he was assisted by the stick of Adam Berg. As Berg gets 2 minutes for tripping. As for a second, it looked like an Admiral tripped over the blue line, but instead he tripped over Berg's stick. So Adam Berg gets Utah's first penalty of the game 14 seconds into the second period. Norfolk's power play this year is one of the best in the league at 21.2%. Grizzlies have the 6th best penalty kill unit at home. As was a good call by the referee, as Berg trying to be slick with it, but he tripped up Timo Feyev. Timo Feyev, with his speed and quickness, probably draws a lot of penalties for the Admirals. So he's a guy that looks to be the quickest and fastest of all the Norfolk players. And if it's not him, it's Smirnoff. As Timofeyev gets the puck after the Admirals won the draw. Timofeyev glides towards his right. They'll take a righty shot. Saved by Cranley. Rebound goes towards the far corner. Mayhew fanned on clearing it out. The puck kept the ops onto Messner. He battles. Messner will backhand it towards the near wall. Taking it is Smirnov, who was part of the Grizzlies training camp roster in the 2020-21 season. The Penn State product gets to Musser left wing. Musser drops it back for Smirnov, who crosses center ice. Smirnov, number 8, steps over the line. He's not a very big guy, but he's quick and shifty. Smirnov, the former draft pick of the Colorado Avalanche, rolls it towards the far side. Jamison backhands it up top, right point. Admirals ski towards the far corner. As Norfolk gets it up top to Musser, he'll move it to the right side. Righty shot is blocked away. That was taken by Timofeyev, who drew the penalty. Timofeyev, far corner, surveys. The native of Russia will saucer it out to the left side for Smirnov. Smirnov, slot toe drag, shot saved by Cranley. And Will holds on with 1:02 left in the Norfolk power play. Grizzlies still lead 2-1 as there's 18:48 left in the second. Both teams will make a change. Grizzlies are waiting to see who comes out for Norfolk. Looks like Tyler Penner and Aaron Aragon will join the battle. Quinn Wickers got 2 assists already this afternoon, and Robbie Stucker. The Admirals, Sean Montgomery will take the draw. He's got Brady Florent to his left and Cameron Nault to his right. Up top is Andrew McLean and Thomas Caron. Caron, a 23-year-old who's on an AHL contract with the Manitoba Moose. Norfolk wins the draw. Caron, right wing lefty, shot to score. Thomas Caron was all alone in the far circle. He fired away, and Thomas Caron, who was a scratch last night, gets his 6th of the year. And just like that, we're tied at 2. Caron was just outside the far circle. Looked like, kind of like the Cutler goal in the first period. It looked like there was a couple bodies cutting in front of the goaltender, and that it was on that same net. It looked like Cranley might not have had that good a vision of the shot. So we're tied at 2 with 18:44 left in the second. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Stucker gets to Wickers on the far side, back to Stucker. Grizzlies are in their own end, skating from left to right. Stucker's out at new try, so zip it in. Chasing after it's Luke Manning. Manning tried to push it out in front and bounced off to McLean. Louis Jean will throw it ahead. Sargis will steer it out to center ice. Bouncing puck is gathered by Lewiski near side. Lewiski, sharp angle shot, saved by Cranley. He holds on. Keegan Iverson stops pretty close to Cranley, too close for Stucker's liking. As Cranley holds on, Norfolk has taken each of the first 4 shots of this second period. As Lewiski took the shot, and then Iverson made sure that he stopped right in front of Will Cranley. Stucker and company says, get out of here. As Iverson, he could have stopped 5 feet in front of Cranley, but now let's just get right in there. Kind of what Johnny Walker did last season with the Grizzlies. Caron got the power play goal. The assist went to McLean and Brady Florent. So Florent has 2 assists for the Admirals here this afternoon. As after Utah scored the first 2 goals of the game, Norfolk has responded with 2 unanswered. Timofeyev in the first period, and here in the second period, Thomas Caron. Right point, McLean with a shot that goes wide. And so the Admirals won the face-off. Cutler will squib it out to center ice. Puck ricochets off the near board, and the puck flies out of play off a Stucker stick into about row 4 of section 112. As we'll see, fans are looking for the puck, and it looks like Burnett comes away with it. A lot of green in the stands, and the woman that picked up the puck has a green shirt. The gentleman she's with this afternoon's kind of got a darker shade of green on his shirt. Jamison will take the draw near side against Brett Stapley. Jamison won a ton of faceoffs for the Grizzlies last year, and he takes a lot of the big faceoffs for the Admirals this season. Stapley has 1 assist this afternoon and 41 on the season. Draw goes into the air towards the slot. It bounced off a glove. Now the Grizzlies moving out to center ice. Berg over to Stapley, right side, back towards Berg. It bounced off the Admiral skate. The Grizzlies enter the zone as Cutler behind the net feeds it out front. It bounced off a skate back towards Cutler. He feeds it to the near side. Berg chases after it. Right point, Stucker in the area. He tripped up Caddick, and that's going to be a penalty. Wickers chases after and touches up the puck as Robbie Stucker gets an interference minor. As the Admirals are chasing after the puck behind Stucker, and Stucker just kind of took his leg out. Probably could have called it a trip, but instead it's going to be interference. So the Admirals are going to get their second power play here of the second period. As Danny Caddick trying to get around Stucker, and the referee, John Lindner, was in the spot to make the call. Brady Florence on the ice for the Admirals. He's already got 2 assists this evening. Sean Montgomery will take the draw. Cameron Nault's also out there. Up top is Thomas Cron, who scored that second period power play goal with Andrew McLean. McLean scored the first goal of the game last night. A game where Utah won 5-4, and one we'll never forget. Off the draw, McLean gets it. Left side shot gets redirected and goes wide. It bounced off the stick. As Wesley pushes ahead to Cole Gallant. Gallant stops near the Grizzlies bench. He's surrounded by 4 Admirals. Gallant will throw it in, and he'll skate back to neutral ice. The Admirals spread the ice deep in their own zone, skating from right to left. 2.5 minutes into the second period, we're tied at 2. Left wing for Cameron Nault. He steps over the blue line. He'll fire it across towards the right side as it squips towards the corner. Bouncing puck, Montgomery couldn't get it. Wesley will whack it around the boards. Left side, McLean couldn't keep the line. He gets pushed by Aragon. As Aragon center ice gets it ahead. Gallant steps over the line, left far side. He loses the puck towards the far corner. Coming up with it's the Admirals. Nault moves it to his right. Admirals cross center ice, they get it back to Nault. He skates down the middle. Now he veers off to the left. He'll wrap it around the boards deep in the Grizzlies zone. Puck up the opposite to the right point. Musser will toss it towards the skate. It's taken away to center ice. Aragon gets it. Admirals back defensively. As Aragon gets it to Josh Wesley at the near side. As Wesley now stops behind Cranley's net. Admirals make a line change. As Wesley will saucer it all the way across ice. Yanni Peretz will get it to Musser. He'll feed it to the near side. Does Musser to Smirnoff. Rink wide pass connects to Jamison, who steps over the line. He gets to Smirnoff from the left point. Smirnoff shovels it out airborne towards the right point. Musser fires a lefty shot. Saved by Cranley. And he holds on as Musser fired away from the right point. Was hoping for the best, but Cranley gathered it. With 34 seconds left in the Norfolk power play. There's 16:20 left here in the second period. A lot of action here early on. 2 pretty good teams. 2 teams where if the playoffs start today, they would be in. For the Admirals, it's really been an outstanding stretch. They are 15-2-2 over their last 19 games. And despite the loss last night, the Admirals really played well for about the first 7 minutes of the game. Grizzlies win the draw, and Wickers clears it out. Wickers with 2 assists already. He was a teammate with Admirals forward Keegan Iverson for the Rapid City Rush for a couple of years. As Musser gets to center ice, he's been an impressive skater. He'll drop it off for Timofeyev, the fastest of them all for Norfolk. He'll step over the line. If he's not the fastest, it's Smirnoff who's on the ice right now. Timofeyev, near side shot, saved by Cranley. Timofeyev behind the net, trying to shovel it out in front. Wickers gets it and clears it out. Robbie Stucker stands up. He comes out of the penalty box right now as we're back to full strength. Left point pass to Kanek. He'll skate towards the near corner. He'll roll it around the boards. Timofeyev in the right point. Rolls it back around to Kanek, who's behind Utah's net. Kanek gets pushed in the back by Semic, but he'll back in it up top. Fedoruk, left point. Will toss it off the end boards as he puts a dent towards the Hercules sign behind Utah's net. Sargis backhands it in deep as behind the net. Kanek gets spun around by Semic's stick. Cutler gives Sargis a good shoulder check. Those guys were teammates with the Grizzlies 2 years ago. Sargis skates towards the middle with the puck. He lumbers, gets to Fedoruk. Now slot, righty shot is blocked away. That shot taken by Brady Florence. Grizzlies will pitchfork it out to center ice. Wickers gets it. He skates around an Admiral. Wickers stops before he gets to the corner. Drops off for Stapley. He couldn't reach it down the middle. Admirals near side. Push it out to center ice. Cutler challenges. Puck ends up with Stapley, who saucers to his left for Cutler. Cutler over the line, down the middle, take a lefty shot. That bounces off of Peretz's shoulder and taps off the end glass. Brady Florent, already 2 assists tonight, and he'll saucer it as the puck gets air under it and skips towards the near boards near Utah's line. Wesley gathers it. He'll steer it ahead. Stapley crossing center ice as he'll yank it towards Neal. Right side, lefty shot. Saved by Peretz. And he holds on. Max Neal still looking for his first pro goal, wearing number 6. He had 10 goals with the University of Waterloo earlier this season. So it's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Grizzlies. The Max Neal shot was the first taken by Utah here in the second period. Admirals controlling the shot count here this afternoon, and that's pretty much the normal for Jeff Carr's units. The style of play the Admirals play is pretty similar to what you would see from a Tim Branham coach team. Jeff Carr worked with Tim Branham for a year with the Grizzlies as an assistant before becoming head coach of the SPHL's Knoxville Ice Bears. Grizzlies won the draw. Wesley throws it towards the end boards. Utah gets held up. Gallant in the area. Puck squirts towards the near side. Thomas Cron, who's already got a goal tonight, moves to his right as Lewiski skates down the middle. Now he veers off to the right. Lewiski, sharp angle shot. Kick saved by Cranley. Now Iverson left side shot. saved by Cranley, and he'll block it out towards the end wall. Wesley out to Gallant, who might be the fastest of all the Grizzlies. Right wing pass connects to Messner. Messner skates towards the right circle, centers to Bocage, take a righty shot, kick saved by Peretz. As Iverson tried to clear it out and got Messner in the face, but the call wasn't made for a high stick. Messner will skate towards the bench. Grizzlies trainer Colin Lee will look after him. Timofeyev steps over the blue line, glides towards his right. He'll skate towards the middle, getting around Stone. Righty shot saved by Cranley. Louis Jean gets up top towards Musser. Now back to Jean near goal line. Takes a shot and it kicks off a skate. And that was Stone's skate as the puck rolls towards the far side. Gallant got dragged down in the far corner, and the penalty's going to be called. It looked like the Admiral just took Cole Gallant and threw him to the ice. So Utah's going to get a power play when we come back in 1 minute. 13:34 is left in the second period. It's the Grizzlies 2 and the Admirals 2. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott. Tied at 2 with 13:34 left in the second period. We're tied at, as I mentioned before, tied at 2. Brady Frank got 2 minutes for holding. 6:26 left in the second period. We're still buzzing from last night's comeback victory for the Grizzlies. One of the more memorable games in Grizzlies history, at least in recent memory. As Stapley will take the draw. He's out there with Dylan Fitz and Brandon Cutler up top is, for my money, one of the best defensive pairings in the league. Kyle Mayhew and Josh Wesley. Watch out for Wesley. He's got 7 power play goals this season, which leads all league defensemen. Draw one by Utah. They kind of jostle for positioning behind Norfolk's net as the puck slides towards the right point for Wesley. Wesley over to Cutler near corner. Cutler banks it off the end boards for Fitz, who feeds it up top to Mayhew. Mayhew directs it to Wesley, who gets it back to Cutler. Cutler taps off the end wall to Stapley, who slides it across the far side for Mayhew. He moves it across to Wesley, who fakes a shot and gets it to Cutler, who moves it back to Wesley. Wesley fakes a shot, gets to Mayhew, gets it back to Wesley. Right wing, he fakes a shot, throws it to Cutler. Cutler over to Stapley on the far side. Stapley to Fitz down the middle. Shot saved by Peretz. And he holds on. Boy, Brett Stapley was over in the far corner. Fitz was right in front of the crease. Pass went tape to tape from Stapley to Fitz. Fitz had a good look for a second of the game. And Yanni Peretz made a great save as Peretz just kind of glided quickly towards his left to deny Dylan Fitz. Fitz is kind of laughing it off as he's really been a great goal scorer for the Grizzlies over the last month. As Fitz looked up to the heavens and he knew that that was a good opportunity. We're tied at 2. 1:25 left in the power play. Grizzlies win the draw. Wesley right side. We'll get it to Cutler. He's along the near corner. He'll throw it behind his back to Fitz, who glides it along the far wing boards for Stapley. Stapley surveys in the corner. He feeds it up top to Mayhew. Mayhew left point dance around, and he gets to Wesley, who shuffles to his left. He pushes it to Cutler right side. Cutler along the board, skates towards a point. Now he gets up top to Mayhew. Mayhew fakes a shot, trying to get to Cutler, but the puck kind of flubbed off his stick, and the Admirals were able to clear it out. Sean Montgomery cleared it out, and he comes off the ice. Cutler gets back checked by Nault, but Cutler strong with the puck. He crosses center ice. He'll throw it back to Stapley. Stapley down the middle, across the center ice logo. He'll feed it to his left as Grizzlies step into the attack zone. Wesley dances around. He'll shuffle it towards Stapley. Stapley gets up top to Mayhew. Mayhew filters towards his right, gets to Wesley, who gets it back to Stapley. Far side, righty shot, saved by Peretz. Pucking it up back to Stapley, takes a shot. It's blocked away, and the Admirals clear it out. 26 seconds left in the power play. Cranley cuts it off in the near circles. Both teams will change up skaters. Alex Bocage, the reigning league player of the week, will drop it off for Stucker. Robbie Stucker Throws it behind his back for Gallant, who gets a new try. He crossed the red line down the middle. Now he steps over the blue. Gets Luke Manning in his second pro game over to Bocage, who shuffles towards the far corner. Bocage taps to Stucker, gets it across to Gallant, all alone on the right side. Gallant trying to feather it towards the middle. It's picked off by Smirnoff. He gets the fresh out of the box. Durant pushes it ahead, but it's taken by Stucker. Robbie Stucker's been a dependable defenseman for the Grizzlies over the last month. Ahead to Bocage, across the center ice, so he'll skip it towards Peretz. Peretz will hold on as Manning was skating after the puck. And the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. 11:19 left in the second, as we're still tied at 2. Grizzlies were very patient with their approach on the power play there. And the Admirals really did a good job clogging up the middle. There wasn't that many lanes. Really the best opportunity was that shot from Stapley to Fitz, as the pass went tape to tape right there in front of the crease. It's kind of weird to see Peretz only have an .879 save percentage, considering how dominant he was for the national champion Quinnipiac club last season. As a draw won by Norfolk. They're wearing a white jersey with dark numbers, a little bit of yellow mixed in, as they win the draw and ice the puck. Draw comes back towards Yannick Peretz. Been working on it all day. Hopefully I'm saying it okay. 6'1", 185 pounds. It's his 28th game this season. Peretz, a native of Montreal. It's his first season as a pro. Remember, we keep talking about how 2 years ago, Stapley and Mayhew won a national championship at the University of Denver. Well, last year it was Peretz. That was a goaltender for the Quinnipiac club that won the 2023 Frozen Four. Grizzlies win the draw, but it goes out to new tries. Wickers will saucer it back in. Puck along the near boards. Penner delivers a good check on Smirnoff. Smirnoff has a kick back towards Penner, who's got an assist tonight. Penner runs into Neal. Neal shakes his head back and forth as I think they collided helmets. Puck wobbles to new tries. Penner delivers a big hit on Timofeyev as Penner took the puck away from him. As Utah lines it back towards Semick, who gets it to Wickers. Back to Semick, the Arizona State product. Ahead to Penner. He crosses center ice and he'll loft it in. Grizzlies make a full line change. The puck lines along the near boards. Smirnoff moves to the center ice. It's taken away by Mayhew. He gets to Cutler, skates down the middle. He steps over the line. Cutler fakes it to his left. Stops along the near boards. Pivots, skates back towards the right point. Takes a lefty shot. The stick saved by Peretz. Puck stays in plays. It rolls towards the far corner as Garrett Sargis will toss it ahead. Wesley keeping it in. We'll throw it to the far corner for Cutler. Grizzlies make a change around him as Cutler gets pushed in the back by Sargis. Taking the puck is Adam Berg, who skates around. Wrap around shot saved by Peretz. Stapley hanging out in the crease. He gets held up. Norfolk skates around their net. Smirnoff over to Timofeyev, who gets a good shoulder check from Berg. Stapley over the line. Gallant couldn't quite hold his water as he entered the zone before the puck did. 9:51 left in the second. We're halfway through the scheduled 60-minute affairs. The draw is going to be at center ice. Getting a lot of texts from people who are watching the NCAA selection show. I'll have to check that out after the game. We're tied at 2. The Grizzlies scored the first 2 goals of the game. Dylan Fitz 5:14 into the first, and about 5 minutes later, Brandon Cutler made it 2-0. Norfolk got a first period goal from Timofeyev, and Thomas Cron with an early second period power play goal. Score is tied at 2, and that's where we sit now. Norfolk has outshot Utah 18-15. Action deep in the Grizzlies zone behind Cranley's net as Cranley looks over his right shoulder. Luke Manning, who's really been impressive this series, will toss it ahead. It's his first weekend series as a professional. Puck exited the zone, and Norfolk threw it back in. Jamison was in the near circle. He was disappointed to find out that he couldn't play the puck and get a good scoring chance out of it. And I think we saw Keaton Jamison at his very best last night with 2 goals and 1 assist. You know, Jamison, it's kind of that all-around game he plays, and that's what we saw quite a bit last year with the Grizzlies, where he scored 15 goals. Long-distance flight by Norfolk goes deep into the Grizzlies zone near side after they won the draw. As Danny Kanek, who had 3 points last night, 1 goal and 2 assists, dance around. He throws it towards the middle for Musser, swings and misses. Puck ends up with Bocage. He fanned on getting to Gallant. Now ahead to Gallant on a break. Take a righty shot. He scores! Cole Gallant gets his 11th of the year, and the Grizzlies have retaken the lead. It's 3-2. What an odd-looking play as Bocage tried to get it ahead to Gallant, fanned on it, and then it looked like another Grizzly got it and pushed it ahead. Gallant got it. I think it was Manning And then Gallant was behind the Norfolk defense. He just roofed it right over the right shoulder of Peretz. As Cole Gallant now has a goal in back-to-back games. Remember, he scored in the second period last night. And what a playmaker Cole Gallant has been. As Ryan Kanasowicz talked with Alex Bocage, who's going to get an assist. And let's see if that's Luke Manning getting the assist. That would be his first professional point. Dylan Fitz talking with the referee John Linder over something. So looks like Bocage will get an assist, and Luke Manning gets his first professional point. Luke Manning, it looks like he's going to be a good one. Admirals throw it deep into the Grizzlies zone after winning the faceoff. Utah now leads 3-2. Penner gets it out looking for Fitz. It's taken away by Norfolk. Admirals will bounce it off of Stucker as Cameron Nault got cut off by the linesman. Don't think he can call Tyler Keston 2 minutes for interference, but he did the job. Penner ahead. Keston avoids it, and it's going to be icing on Utah. No, he waves it off. Keston waves off the icing. Aragon skates around Utah's net. Over to Penner, right side, took a righty shot. And score! And the Grizzlies are now up 2. Fitz might have redirected the shot that was taken by Penner on the right side. And it looks like Dylan Fitz gets his second of the game. And just like that, the Grizzlies are up by 2. Well, you know the old saying, you get 1, you get 2, and the Grizzlies have done an amazing job of carrying the momentum after scoring a goal as they score on back-to-back shifts as Christian Horn talking with Dylan Fitz. Fitz shakes his head back and forth as we believe he redirected it. Aragon got to Penner in the near circle. Penner bounced it off of Fitz. Fitz gets the second goal of the game as Fitz did have a bounce off his leg in front of the crease. Remember, Fitz has Utah's only hat trick of the season, which came in late February against the Kansas City Mavericks. Boy, Fitz with his second of the game and 18th of the season, which is now tied for second in the club. Up ahead, Norfolk enters the attack zone. Left side, they bounce it up to Iverson as Wickers. Wickers behind Utah's net. They'll get it to the far side, ahead to Gallant. They snap off a Norfolk stick, and it goes out of play into row 2 of section 112. As Robbie Stucker having some words with Keegan Iverson. So the Grizzlies scored goals 34 seconds apart. Cole Gallant scored 10:55 in with Luke Manning and Alex Bocage getting the assist. And then 11:29 into the first, as we mentioned, 34 seconds later, as Fitz getting his second of the game. Aaron Aragon and Tyler Penner with the assist. And for Penner, that's his second assist of the contest. It's 4-2 Grizzlies. It's 4 goals on 17 shots for the Grizzlies. And we are one goal away from getting cheeseburgers for the second straight night. Off the drop, shot by Thomas Cron, bounces off a couple bodies onto Cranley, who makes a stop and holds on with 8:10 left in the second. That's right, that was the big thing. The overtime game winner, it wasn't that the Grizzlies won the game, it was the fact the Grizzlies get free cheeseburgers courtesy of Carl's Jr. You got to redeem it in the Carl's Jr. app, but if you do so, you come away with a free cheeseburger. I know where I'm going after the game. Draws give me the near circle of the Grizzlies zone. I love Carl's Jr. In fact, I had Carl's Jr. for breakfast this morning. Draw won by the Admirals. Keaton Jamison danced around Mayhew, skating around Utah's net. Jamison pivots and skates towards the far corner. He gets it up top. Fade over towards Fedoruk. Left side, lefty shot. Saved by Cranley. Iverson taps Cranley, and that gets the Grizzlies upset. Iverson didn't need to do it, but that's the second time where he just kind of lets Will Cranley know, hey, buddy, I'm right here. As Grizzlies, Brandon Cutler and company just reminding Keegan Iverson, that's our goaltender. You got to stay away from him. Iverson skates back towards his bench as both teams will change up skaters. Cranley made the stop right there in front of the crease. Then Iverson just kind of tapped it. Cranley took a stick and just kind of whacked Iverson's stick. And then the rest of the Grizzlies came to intervene. Draws give me the near circle of the Grizzlies zone. 7:55 left in the second. Draw won by Utah. As on the video board, we saw Mason Whalen there behind Iverson. Grizzlies get called for icing as the long distance flight didn't connect. Draw comes back towards Cranley. Chris Hagan leading the Grizzlies. A Let's Go Grizzlies chant. Grizzlies fans having a good time here tonight. Draws give me the near circle once again. Smirnoff will crouch down. Tyler Penner has already gotten 2 assists tonight as he assisted in each of Fitz's 2 goals. Draw won by the Admirals. Musser lays it for Timofeyev. He's up top. He'll take a righty shot that goes wide. Cranley might have gotten a piece of it. Musser feeds it out in front. Florent has a glance off his stick. Penner chases after it. He gets it far side. Now he crosses center ice, and he'll zip it around the boards. Fits over the near side. He pushes Musser. Puck empty opts out to center ice. Wesley gets it at the Utah line. He moves it across to Mayhew. Directs it back to Wesley. Wesley skates a neutral ice. He crosses center. He veers off to the left. Wesley throws it into the far corner and chases after it. Wesley gives Musser a good side check. As Penner trying to get it back to Wesley. Bounced off an Admiral. Gets the puck. Timofeyev. They'll skate over the line. Now down the middle. He feeds to the right side. Admirals filter it out in front. And it bounced off the skate. Puck goes to the point. Near side. Semek gets it and crosses center ice. Semek gets around Smirnoff. He throws it across looking for Aragon. And the wing and a prayer was incomplete. Admirals have numbers 3-on-1. They get it towards Smirnoff, who pushes to his left. Righty shot goes wide as Timofeyev missed the net. And we get a whistle as the puck ended up bouncing off the protective netting and out of play. 6:46 left in the second. The Admirals working the transition game, and that's the speed line for them. The line of Timofeyev, Smirnoff, and Florent. That's a pretty quick top forward line that they've got. As you mentioned, Smirnoff, he was with training camp with the Grizzlies before the 2020-21 season. He's a former draft pick of the Colorado Avalanche back in the 6th round of 2017. Jamison will take the draw near circle against Stapley. Puck wobbles towards the slot. Berg trying to gather it, and the puck glides towards the far side. Sargis, Jamison behind the net. He belchers out in front to Caddick, who couldn't handle it. Stapley skates towards the far corner and saucers ahead. Stucker left wings it to Berg. Berg over the line. Skates towards the corner, stops before he gets there. Pushes towards the middle for Stapley, who has a glance off his stick. Stapley tripped up Louis Jean, no call. Puck towards the Norfolk bench. Garrett Sargis lumbers into the zone. He'll move it to his left as McLean feeds it out in front. As the net gets dislodged, Norfolk tries to fire towards it. As Quinn Wickers collided with Danny Caddick, both guys were number 12. As the net got dislodged, as Wickers was trying to make sure Caddick couldn't cut in front of the net. Caddick's one of those guys, he's kind of that prototypical power forward. 6'5", 220 pounds. He picks up penalty minutes, but he's also one of the best goal scorers on the Admirals. Danny Caddick had an outstanding night last night. He has 19 goals, 19 assists, and a plus 16 rating. He also has 102 penalty minutes. So Danny Caddick, one of those guys that does it all for the Admirals. 6:12 left in the second. Grizzlies lead 4-2. Luke Manning will take the draw and he wins it. Mayhew gets it slashed out of his stick. Sargis far side will roll it along the boards. Cranley plays behind his net aggressively, throws it to the near side. Louis Jean lets it go to the point. Near side, Jamison with a shoulder fake, gets towards Manning. Manning pokes it away. Puck hit the opposite out to center ice. Jamison has a glance off his stick. He battles with Bocage. Grizzlies enter offside. As kind of an awkward looking play as Grizzlies were entering the zone, battling with Jamison at the same time. 5:52 left in the second period. Grizzlies broke a 2-2 tie as they scored 2 goals 34 seconds apart. Cole Gallant 10:55 in, and Dylan Fitz getting his second of the game, 11:29 into the second period. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Admirals 2. We're back in 45 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Admirals 2 as the Grizzlies broke a 2-2 tie with 2 goals 34 seconds apart. It's been a fun one here at Mavericks Center. The Grizzlies have really done a great job protecting home ice. Utah, attendance-wise, is on pace to have the best average attendance since the 2002-03 season, the year after the Olympics came to the Salt Lake Valley. Neutral zone draw won by the Admirals. They skate from right to left here in the second period. Grizzlies from left to right. Cole Gallant, who's already got a goal tonight, crosses into the zone. He'll go out to the far side. He gets a great shoulder check from Cameron Nault. Puck goes to center ice. Mark Lewiski skates down the middle, tries to split a double team. Lewiski gets tripped up by Josh Wesley. No call, as Lewiski and Wesley hold each other along the end boards behind Utah's net. Up top, McLean, right side shot is blocked by Manning. As Gallant gets it ahead. Gallant overskates it as Bocager's trying to get it to him. As Montgomery throws it in from neutral ice. Nault will come off the ice, as does Jean and McLean. Far side, Manning delivers a good check on Brady Florent, who's got 2 assists tonight. Manning over to Josh Wesley. He'll shovel it high into the air as it flies just under the video board. Norfolk gloves it and drops it. Grizzlies change up forwards. Ahead, Smirnoff couldn't reach it. Florent steps over the line, throws it across. Cutler picks it off. Cutler near the Norfolk bench. Nudges it ahead towards Neal. Puck gets cut off. Cutler gets it back. He's now on the near side, as Cutler will tap it off the glass. It went over the head of Messner, as the Admirals saucer it back to center ice. Timofeyev throws it in, and no icing on the play. One of the linesmen raised their arm, but the other didn't, to stop play. Admirals along the far goal line, kick it out in front to Smirnoff. Shot and scores. Cranley couldn't quite locate it, and Dennis Smirnoff and company looked like they put it away. Well, a lot of action there. Cranley argues that he had played it. Almost looked like the referee says they're going to go to the video board. It would be Smirnoff's goal, which would be his 12th of the year. The referee signaled that we're going to go to the video board as Cranley argued his case. And so it looks like we're going to get a video replay. John Lindner says we're going to look at it up top. It looks like the initial call was a good goal. As Danny Cannick gets a stick from one of the linesmen. It's 4-2 Grizzlies for now, as the Admirals believe that they had scored. As Norfolk bedded out in front, Smirnoff and a couple other players were hacking away, trying to break free. Cranley was trying to gather the puck, and there was a lot of traffic in front of the crease. We didn't really get a good look to see where the puck was or anything of that nature. Lindner comes out of the box and signals no goal. No goal on the play. John Lindner, the referee. Jeff Carr, the Norfolk head coach, is pacing back and forth. And Linder's going to have a conversation with the former Grizzlies assistant. Mason Whalen, the equipment manager, is right behind Jeff Carr. As Jeff Carr... I don't know if we're going to get a replay. Jeff Carr, it appears, doesn't agree with the call, as it's still 4-2 Grizzlies. As they show a replay, Cranley, we believe, had tried to cover up. Looked like he did. He had taken his pad over the puck, and then Smirnoff speared it in. And the referee, I believe, has said that the whistle blew and that he had covered it up before Smirnoff speared the puck in the back of the net. So it's 4-2. Offside is called. The Norfolk bench is livid. Norfolk is called offside. The Admirals believe that they had kept the line. As Jeff Carr, I don't think that's Disney approval what he said, as he was not happy about the call. And they showed him on the video board, and a few fans reacted to it. Grizzlies won the draws. Stone will lift it in. Over to the near corner. Norfolk rolls it along the boards. The Admirals believe they're getting a bit of a raw deal here in the second period. It's still 4-2 Utah. Far side, Norfolk pokes it ahead. Garrett Sargis, right wing, steps over the line. He'll glide in towards the far side, drops it off for Jamison. Right side shot, saved by Cranley. Fitz has the puck. He's on hat trick watch. He'll skate towards the right side. Now down the middle. Fitz gets it poked away, and a good defensive play by Musser. Musser and Fitz battle behind Norfolk's net. As Musser hacks Fitz, that's going to be a penalty. As the Admirals, Musser lost his cool. He was battling with Fitz. Musser took a stick and just whacked Fitz along the knee. Slashing's going to be the call. And the Grizzlies going to be on a power play here late in the second period. It's 4-2 Utah with 3:49 left in the second. As Carson Musser is going to serve 2 minutes. Well, we'll see if Fitz can stay on the ice. He's 1 goal away from a hat trick as Musser took a stick and just kind of slashed the the left knee of Dylan Fitz, and the referee was right there to make the call. It's one of those things that the referee was standing cross ice. He might not have made that call, but the referee was right over there in the corner where Musser and Fitz were. Draw one by the Admirals. Puck goes up top. Grizzlies keep it in. Wesley over to Mayhew. Back to Wesley. The puck skips towards him. He gets to Stapley. Right side Stapley. Kodrak gets back to Wesley. Kick saved by Pretz. Mayhew far side keeps it in. He gets to Fitz. Now back up top to Mayhew. Pass goes wide of the mark. As Cranley will cut it off about 5 feet in front of the crease. As Cranley will kick it to the far corner for Mayhew as the Grizzlies spread the ice. A minute 30 left in the power play as Utah leads 4-2. Mayhew over to Stapley near side. Stapley gets a new try, so push it ahead to Mayhew. Throws it behind his back to Cutler. Pass connects. Cutler steps over the line. Far side, he gets pushed in the back. Wesley bounces it off at Cutler as Norfolk couldn't get the bouncing puck. And that was Jamison. Fits in the area. Throws it to the far corner for Stapley. Stapley surveys. He skates along the far goal line. Stops. Dances around. Now he filters it up top to Wesley. Wesley back to Stapley. Far circle. Stapley looks around. He fakes it to Mayhew and feeds it up top to Wesley. Wesley over to Mayhew right side. Mayhew 15 power play assists this season over to Wesley, trying to get it to Stapley, who couldn't reach it. Wesley gathers it in the corner, throws it across to Cutler, feeds it up top to Wesley, who dives to keep the puck in. Stapley far side, gets the Fitz, who moves it back to Stapley. As with 40 seconds left in the power play, Stapley skates towards the middle. He gets a poke back towards the far boards. Wesley gets a puck, and he moves to Fitz, who feeds it up top to Mayhew. Now across to Cutler on the right side. Cutler dances around. He directs it back to Mayhew. Has a tap off his stick. Mayhew gets it off the boards. Wesley over to Mayhew. Stapley lost his stick. Penalty's going to be called as Wesley filters out in front to Fitz. He couldn't reach it. Cutler right side. Shot goes wide. Mayhew in the left point. Fires towards the net. It's cut off by Louis Jean. And it looks like interference is going to be the call by Stapley. He was out in front of the net. His stick went flying in the air. And Derek Louis Jean couldn't believe it. He said it just lifted his stick, didn't do too much. Norfolk believes that they are getting a tough whistle here late in the second period. It's 4-2 Grizzlies. Utah will have a 5-on-3 for 15 seconds, and then will stay on a power play after that. As Louis Jean pushed Stapley in the back, Stapley lost his stick, and it looked like a late call. It looked like the arm wasn't raised for a little bit. Ryan Kanasowicz sees this as a critical sequence in this game as he calls his one timeout. Louis Jean gets an interference minor. Jeff Carr standing next to former Grizzlies goaltender Joe Rumpel. Rumpel played quite a bit in this league. He also played quite a bit in the Mountain Division. As Jeff Carr talking with his three-man unit, it's going to be a 5-on-3 power play for 15 seconds, and then Carson Musser will come out of the box. The Grizzlies will have a 5-on-4 after that. We'll see if they set something up for Dylan Fitz, who's already got 2 goals tonight. Tyler Penrose 2 assists. The 5 on the ice for Utah. It's the same 5 that's been out there the entire power play. That's Mayhew and Wesley, as well as Dylan Fitz, Brett Stapley, and Brandon Cutler. Fans having a good time here, grooving on a Sunday afternoon. The Admirals have outshot the Grizzlies 20-18, meaning that both teams have taken 10 shots here in the second period. Draws going to be in the near circle. Draws going to be in the near circle. Stapley will take it. He's got Fitz to his left and Cutler to his right. As draw one by Utah. Cutler gets up top to Wesley. Now over to Mayhew. Back to Wesley. He's in the left wing. Over to Mayhew as they play catch. Mayhew over to Cutler near side. Cutler over to Stapley. Stapley moves it back to Cutler. Over to Mayhew. High slot. He gathers it. As Mayhew over to Stapley. Out of the box is Musser. 5-on-4 power play now. Stapley throws it to Fitz out in front. Oh, Fitz couldn't quite handle it as he's looking for his third of the game. Fitz over to Stapley far side. Stapley gets up top to Mayhew. 1:37 and counting left in the second. Over to Wesley on the right side. Now to Cutler. He feeds it back to Wesley. Wesley right wing over to Cutler. Moves it over to Mayhew. High slot. Lefty shot is blocked. Puck goes out to center ice as Mayhew gets the bouncing puck. Norfolk quickly makes a line change. Wesley over to Cutler. Right side. Cutler will shuffle towards the near corner. He gets up top to Mayhew. Fakes it towards his left and gets it to Cutler. Now back to Mayhew in the high slot. He'll push it to his left to Stapley. Over to Cutler down the middle. Shot goes just wide on a one-time attempt. As Norfolk gets it in the far corner, and they'll skip it out towards Cranley. Grizzlies will make a line change. Cranley moves it out to center ice for Wesley. As Wesley's still out there with Mayhew. Luke Manning's out there with Messner and Cole Gallant. Gallant with 1 goal tonight. They'll fake to his right and lay it for Stucker. Stucker enters the ice. He'll drop it back for Gallant. He'll feed it to his left near the Grizzlies bench to Manning. He'll have a tap off a Norfolk stick and it flies into the Grizzlies bench. As we get another whistle with 43 seconds left in the second period. 39 seconds left in the 5-on-4 power play. Draw's going to be in the Admiral zone. Alex Bocage out on the ice. He'll be on the right wing. Messner will be on the left side. Manning will take the draw. Up top is Gallant and Stucker. Draw won by Utah. Gallant over to Stucker in the left point. He'll dance around towards his right. Stucker feeds it to Gallant. Make that Bocage over to Stucker. Stucker high slot. Righty shot gets redirected. Pretz makes a blocker save. Bocage throws to Stucker. Norfolk player had his stick break. As Bocage over to Stucker. High slot. Now to Gallant right side. Gallant over towards Stucker. Shot is blocked by Smirnoff and the puck wobbles towards the Norfolk bench. 10 seconds left in the power play. And Smirnoff gets a new stick from Mason Whalen, the equipment manager. Bocage down the middle looking for Manning. He couldn't handle it. Smirnoff skates around his net and Pretz. Admirals are back at full strength. Puck lifts at center ice. It's gloved and dropped by Gallant, who danced around the Norfolk line. Now he'll shuffle to the far corner. And time runs out here in the second period. As Utah had a 2-1 lead after one period. Grizzlies, in the second straight frame, outscored the Admirals 2-1. It's the Grizzlies 4 and Norfolk 2. As Dylan Fitz already has 2 goals tonight. Tyler Penner has 2 assists. The Grizzlies also have goals from Brandon Cutler and Cole Gallant. We'll come back and recap the first 2 periods. We'll also go over some scores from around the world of sports. Once again, after 40 minutes of hockey here at Maverick Center, it's Utah Grizzlies 4 and the Norfolk Admirals 2. Now second intermission here at Maverick Center, and the Grizzlies have a 4-2 lead, and Dylan Fitz with the 2 goals that have made the difference. Everybody, I'm Tyson Whiting. We're having a good time here on a Sunday afternoon. It's the second of a 3-game set. Last night, the Grizzlies overcame a 4-1 deficit as they scored 3 goals in a 68-second stretch. We were trying to figure out what to call it. Military Night Miracle at Maverick Center, or maybe just Military Night Miracle. I don't know. We're kind of taking a straw poll here to try to figure out what exactly to call the Grizzlies' miracle here at Maverick Center, which last night was about as exciting a game as anybody had seen. At least the people that stayed throughout the game. There are quite a few fans, including many here in attendance this afternoon, that headed for the exits a little bit early. And they were able to spot the game either on Flow Sports or on YouTube, but just weren't able to see it live as they left the game early. Here tonight, or this afternoon really, the late afternoon affair, the Grizzlies scored the first 2 goals of the game. Remember, Utah is 18-3-1 when scoring first this year. 5:14 into the contest, Dylan Fitz scored from the left wing. He picked up his first of 2 on the night, and 17th of the season. Tyler Penner and Quinn Wickers got the assists. About 5 minutes later, Brandon Cutler found the back of the net as he scored from the right wing. Stapley and Wickers picked up the assist, so it was 2 first-period assists for Quinn Wickers. About a minute after Cutler gave Utah a 2-0 lead, 10-17 in, the Admirals got on the board as Stepan Timofeyev got his 12th of the year. The original shot there was taken in the left point. It bounced off of Jordan Stone's skate directly towards Timofeyev, who got the puck and put it away. And a glove side pass Will Cranley. Time of that goal was 11-12 in. The former Grizzly Keaton Jamison as well as Brady Florent picked up the assists. Norfolk got a power play early in the second period. As 14 seconds in, Adam Berg got a tripping minor. And about halfway through the power play, it was Thomas Caron, no relation to Cody Caron, the Grizzlies forward who's been out of the lineup due to an injury. Thomas Caron scored from the right wing, picking up his 6th goal of the year. Andrew McLean and Brady Florent with the assist. So Florent has assists in each of the Norfolk goals this afternoon. And that tied it up 1:16 into the second. Cole Gallant scored 10:55 into the second on a very odd play. Puck was at neutral ice. Gallant looked like he was behind the Norfolk defense, about at the Norfolk blue line. Bocage tried to get a pass out to him. Bocage banned on it. Manning skated in, took the puck, and he was the one that directed it out to Gallant. And then once Gallant collected it, he pretty much had a breakaway the rest of the way in. He just kind of skated down the middle of the ice and fired it over the right shoulder of Yaniv Peretz. And that gave Gallant his 11th goal of the season. He has now tallied a goal in back-to-back games here in this series. Manning with it picked up his first professional point, and based on the way he's looked here in the first 5 periods plus of his professional career, no doubt it's not going to be the last point he scores, as he has been very impressive. The rookie who was signed by the Grizzlies just yesterday afternoon. Alex Bocage also picked up an assist on the Gallant goal. And Bocage got his 9th of the season. This is his 17th game with Utah. He has spent 21 games earlier this season with the Colorado Eagles. Grizzlies extended the lead, 11:29 in. So you talk about that great momentum the Grizzlies have. You know, the old saying, you get 1, you get 2. And really, it's not necessarily the goal you score, but it's what you do the first couple shifts after a goal gets scored. On the Grizzlies' very next shift, Tyler Penner had the puck on the right side, just bounced it off the left knee of Dylan Fitz, and a trickle past Peretz into the back of the net. So Fitz, who really has done a great job in his time with the Grizzlies, which has lasted about 2 years, you know, he does a great job of getting out in front of the net and making things happen. Penner fired it off of Fitz and into the back of the net. For Penner, it's his 2nd assist of the night, as he has assisted in both of Fitz's goals. Aaron Aragon also gets an assist, which is his 8th of the year. And for Dylan Fitz, he's on hat trick watch. Remember, he has Utah's only hat trick this season. That came on February 23rd in a 7-4 victory over the Kansas City Mavericks. Fitz has 2 professional hat tricks. We'll see if he gets his 3rd as a pro here in the third period. Spitz scored 11:29 into the second period. Both teams had 10 shots in the second. Norfolk has outshot Utah 20-18. Fitz leads Utah with 4 shots. Stapley, Berg, Gallant, and Bokaj each have 2 shots, and a few other Grizzlies have 1 shot here in the afternoon. For Norfolk, normally they're a very balanced offensive attack, but it's Stepan Timofeyev who's really been the main weapon for the Admirals. He has 6 of the Admirals' 20 shots here so far tonight. Nobody else for the Admirals has more than 2. Mark Lewinsky, Cameron Nault, and Keaton Jamison each have 2 shots, and a few other Norfolk Admirals have 1 shot on goal, including Thomas Braun, who found the back of the net on his only look here so far this afternoon. In net, Yaniv Peretz. We mentioned now what an outstanding college career he had over the last couple of years, so it's a bit of a surprise to see him struggle this season. He's got an .879 save percentage coming into play tonight, and he has stopped just 14 of 18. On the Utah side, Will Cranley has saved 18 of 20. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Admirals 2. Utah can jump 2 points ahead of Allen in the Mountain Division standings, as earlier today the Allen Americans lost 6-1. Colby McCauley had the only goal for the Allen Americans. We've been talking a little bit, or at least thinking about the 2016-2017 Utah Grizzlies. That's the team that had Tim Brandon as the head coach, and the assistant coach that year is current Admirals head coach Jeff Carr. One of the best players for the Grizzlies that year was a forward named Eric Bradford. Well, Bradford is still in the league. He's playing for Kalamazoo, and today Bradford was the #1 star in Kalamazoo's 6-1 win, as he had 2 goals and 2 assists for Kalamazoo. They defeated Allen 6-1 here on a Sunday afternoon. That game played over at Wings Event Center. The other games in the league have gone final. Right now, this is the only game going on currently in the league. Cincinnati shuts out Indy 4-0. Maine gets a 6-3 victory over Reading. Jacksonville shuts out Greenville, and goaltenders duel 1-0. Toledo gets a 3-2 win over Atlanta. South Carolina wins on the road 6-4 over the Savannah Ghost Pirates. When we come back, we'll go over some NHL scores. We'll also go over some of the subtle stats of the first 2 periods. Here at Maverick Center, Dylan Fitz has 2 goals. Tyler Penner and Quinn Wickers each have 2 assists. The Grizzlies also have goals from Brandon Cutler and Cole Gallant, as Grizzlies lead the Admirals 4-2 after 40 minutes of play. This is the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Welcome back to Maverick Center. Utah leads 4-2. 7 games in the NHL today. 2 of them have gone final. The New York Rangers get a 5-2 victory over the New York Islanders. Rangers, one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference this year. Vegas defeats New Jersey 3-1. That game was tied at 1 early in the third period, but Vegas scores 2 unanswered. Jack Eichel and Carrier each scored a goal for the Vegas Golden Knights. Hannafin had 2 assists. Remember, Hannafin was acquired in a trade deadline deal as the Vegas Golden Knights get a 3-1 victory over the New Jersey Devils. That was a game played on national TV. First intermission, San Jose leads Chicago 2-0. Also after 1 period, the Norfolk Admirals NHL affiliate, the Winnipeg Jets, have a 1-0 lead over Columbus. Carolina and Ottawa are tied at 1. One of Carolina's contracted goalies is Yaniv Peretz, who's playing for the Norfolk Admirals this afternoon. And also after 1 period, Pittsburgh leads Detroit 3-1. At 5 o'clock, Anaheim will take on the St. Louis Blues. One of the St. Louis Blues' contract goaltenders is Will Cranley, who signed a 3-year NHL entry-level deal with the Blues back on March 2nd of 2022. Now, I'm pretty sure the NCAA tournament bracket has been released. I'm trying to find a spot. I know BYU, apparently BYU is a 6th seed from what I see. Can't quite tell who they're going to play. We'll see if we can find that, as I think there's going to be 2 local teams in the NCAA tournament, BYU and Utah State, as both teams have had outstanding years. I'm really looking forward to this week. Looks like the first 4 teams out are Oklahoma, Seton Hall, Indiana State, and Pittsburgh. We'll see if we can figure out. The bracket is set. BYU is a 6th seed. They will face Duquesne in the first round. That game is going to be played in Omaha, and that will be on Thursday. So BYU is a 6th seed in the East region in the NCAA tournament. Let's see about Utah State. The Aggies are an 8th seed, and they will face TCU, who is the 9th seed in the Midwest region. If Utah State beats TCU in the first round, their second round opponent will be Purdue. That is, of course, assuming Purdue wins their game against a 16th seed. Looks like Purdue's going to face a play-in matchup in the 16th seed. So 2 local teams that made the NCAA tournament. Utah State is an 8th seed. They will face TCU in the first round in the Midwest region. And BYU is a 6th seed in the East region, and they will face Duquesne in the first round. If BYU wins in the first round, their second round matchup would be either Illinois or Morehead State. Well, we'll come back and have third period action here at Maverick Center. As Grizzlies have a 4-2 lead. We will be skating 5-on-5 to start the third period. Grizzlies are 0 for 5 on the power play. And we talked about how the Grizzlies have been red hot on the man advantage, but so far today it's been a good Norfolk penalty kill. The Admirals are 1 for 2 on the power play. Shots have been pretty close to even, and if last night teaches us anything, you're going to want to make sure you watch all of the third period, as you never know in this game. For the Grizzlies, they got to come out strong and finish up the victory. Utah's done a good job protecting leads here on home ice. They are 13-0 at home when scoring first. The Grizzlies haven't had a power play goal yet tonight, but the Grizzlies have won a lot of the close ones. Obviously, last night was a 1-goal game as Utah got a 5-4 victory in overtime. The Grizz are 7-1-1 in 1-goal games at home this season. So we'll see if the Grizzlies can hold on to this 2-goal lead. When leading after 2 periods this year, the Grizzlies are 15-2-1. We'll come back and have third period action as Grizzlies have a 4-2 lead over the Norfolk Admirals in the second of a 3-game series. And don't forget, tomorrow night's going to be the series finale. That's going to be Monday night at 7:10. Doors open at 6:10, and it's a Smith's family night with 4 tickets for $40 and then $10 for each additional ticket after that. Here, tickets, UtahGrizzlies.com. We hope to see a big crowd here for Smith's family night on Monday in the series finale. We'll come back and have third period action on the other side as Utah leads 4-2. This has been the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. We're about set for third period action. Some of the interesting stats of the first 2 periods. The Grizzlies have 11 scoring chances of the 20 shots. That's according to the off-ice officials. Actually 18 shots for the Grizzlies, and 11 of them are considered scoring chances. For the Admirals, in their 20 shots, they have 6 scoring chances through 2 periods. Utah's won 25 faceoffs. The Admirals have won 16. Utah's got 15 hits. The Admirals have 14, so the hitting's been pretty hard through the first 2 periods. Grizzlies have 9 giveaways. The Admirals have just 5. We'll skate 5-on-5 to start the 3rd period. Grizzlies will have the same 5 that started the game. Berg, Stapley, and Cutler with the defensive pairing of Mayhew and Wesley. For the Admirals, they really shuffled the deck a little bit as to who comes out for the first shift of each of the first 2 periods. We'll see who the 5 on the ice to start the 3rd period are. 20 minutes are put on the scoreboard clock here at Maverick Center as everybody dancing around. Looks like Louis Jean will be out there as one of the defensemen. He's with Andrew McLean. The forwards are going to be Dennis Smirnoff. He'll take the face-off. Brady Florent, who's got 2 assists for the Admirals, will be on the right wing. And Stepan Timofeyev, who's got a goal tonight, 12 on the season. He's on the left side as Grizzlies win the draw. Mayhew will get it to head to Stapley, tapped off of his stick. And Smirnoff gets it to Timofeyev. He's got 6 shots on goal. Left wing, righty shot goes wide as it ricochets off the end boards, hits the side of the net. Near side, puck goes back to Utah. Adam Berg skates along the left wing. They'll move it across to Wesley. Right side, Wesley steps over the blue line and he'll shuffle it in. As puck wobbles off the stick of McLean, he pushes Stapley in the back towards the far corner. As Stapley holds his ground, Berg kicks up top to Wesley, who pushes to Mayhew, but the puck goes back to neutral ice. Mayhew drives it back around the boards. As Grizzlies make their first line change of the 3rd period. The Admirals reshuffle the deck as well. Ed to Florent. It bounced off of his stick. It goes to Stucker. He pushes to Wickers. Puck wobbles off his stick and flies into the spectator area about section 110 over in the first row as a fan in a green hat comes away with a souvenir. A lot of green in the seats here as it's St. Patrick's Day. Hopefully everybody's having a good one. And I don't know, I might have to eat something green here this evening for the post-game meal. Luke Manning will take the draw. He picked up his first pro point in the 2nd period with an assist. He wins the draw. Wickers back to Manning, who directs it back to Wickers, who moves to Manning. Left side, he crosses center ice. Manning fires it around the wall. As Perrott throws it behind his net towards the near side. As Wickers hand passes out to Manning, and the referee spotted it as he whistle blows with 18:55 left in the 3rd. Puck comes back to neutral ice for the draw. Alex Bocage out there with Cole Gallant and Luke Manning. Manning 5'10" and 190 pounds. Kind of reminds me of a right shot version of Mick Messner. Manning's kicked out of the circle. Gallant will take the draw. Face off won by Utah. Stucker fires it in. Pretz has a bounce off his pads towards the near side. Wickers left point shot is blocked. Sargis in the area. Manning to the near circle has the puck. He'll skate towards the corner as McDougall challenges. Puck along the far boards. Danny Caddick gets it. He'll carry it out to neutral ice. He'll drop it off. The Admirals skate in. Musser trying to drop it back for Caddick. Stucker cut in front of him. 2-on-2 battle behind Cranley's net. Puck kicks out in front. Bocage takes the puck. He dances around Cranley's net. He'll shuffle it to Wickers in the near side. As Bocage goes down, Wickers pivots and skates back towards his own corner. Grizzlies spread the ice as Wickers has already got 2 assists tonight. Will drag it out to neutral ice. He gets to center and he'll wobble it towards the right corner. Wickers comes off the ice after a good shift. Puck deep in the Admiral zone near corner. Aragon in the area with Penner. Penner battles with Fade. Fade holds up Aragon and got along the wall. Mark Lewiski gets to center ice and he'll throw it in as Lewiski gets around Semick. Lewiski, one of the stronger players in the league. Lewiski centers out in front. Puck gets air under it and bounced off of Semick's chest. Fitz crossing center ice. He's already got 2 tonight. Over to Aragon, left side. Aragon fires towards Fitz. Takes a shot. Saved by Pretz. Puck still alive. Norfolk will bank it off the near boards. Cranley watches it go, and icing's going to be called. 17:35 is left in the 3rd. Boy, great pass out in front towards Fitz. Fitz just couldn't quite get the puck. For a second, Pretz, nobody else really knew where it was laying in front of the crease. The Admirals were able to clear it out. 17:35 left in the 3rd. Norfolk, one of the more blue-collar teams in the league. Very balanced attack. They're a club that's going to be tough to beat come playoff time. Max Neal will take the drives out there with Bocage and Messner. Messner, the Merrimack product, who also played at the University of Wisconsin. Utah wins the draw. Mayhew over towards Neal. He couldn't get it. Bocage left side, skates back towards Mayhew. And he pivots, throws it towards the corner. We get a whistle, and Max Neal, and we got a fight. Max Neal and Mark Lewiski, they drop the gloves. as both guys got on each other's nerves. Looked like a penalty was going to be called on Lewinsky, and Neal reacted as the linesman stepped in. Lewinsky and Neal want to fight, and Neal looks pretty heated. He looks more heated than the Admiral. Let's see, there's a 4 there on the jersey. Let's see what the other number was. Lewinsky was in the area. Let's see. Neal will skate towards Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. It was Connor Fedoruk for Norfolk. Fedoruk wearing number 14. He is 6 feet and 185 pounds. It's Neal and Fedoruk which walked to the penalty box. As looked like an initial penalty was called before Neal and Fedoruk started duking it out. So I wonder if Neal and Fedoruk's penalties will wave off. Now we're going to skate 5-on-5. It's a wonder, the arm was raised. Hard to tell who the initial penalty was going to be on. Jeff Carr, he kind of shakes his head back and forth. Didn't seem too happy, but he's resigned to the fact it looks like we're going to skate 5-on-5. As Max Neal and Florent or make that Fedoruk, and then Neal pushed Fedoruk in the face, and Fedoruk dragged down Neal, and it was on after that. The linesman quickly separated the two. 17:23 left in the third, and business is picking up here on a Sunday afternoon as Utah leads 4-2. Draw's going to be in the Admiral zone. We'll continue to skate 5-on-5. Stapley's out there with Cutler and Berg. Up top is Mayhew and Wesley. Draw one by Utah. As Mayhew, right side, throws it towards the far corner. Stapley in the area with Berg and a couple of Admirals. As the puck sports towards the far point, and Norfolk gets it. Louis Jean, right side, will bounce it off of Tyler Keston. Now Jean dumps it in, delayed offside. Wesley plays behind Utah's net. We're 3 minutes into the third period. Utah leads 4-2. Wesley near the Grizzlies bench. Will throw a left wing pass. It's poked away. Cutler in the area recovers, throws to the Norfolk line. Admirals will fire at 3/4 the length of the ice onto Cranley, who covers up with 16:50 left in the third. So Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Looks like both Neal and Fedoruk get double minors for roughing, so they get 4 minutes worth of penalties. 2:37 into the third period. Those fouls offset, replay first down, or in this case skating 5-on-5. Draws the near circle. Keaton Jamison will take it against Utah's Brett Stapley. And the draw won by the Admirals. As high slot lefty shot saved by Cranley. That shot was taken by Thomas Cron, who's already got a goal tonight. He scored in the second period on the power play. As Adam Berg gets the center ice, left wing, he'll step over the line. Berg drops it out front to Cutler. Pass goes wide as Cutler had a stick lifted by Louis Jean. The puck goes towards the middle. McLean has it. He'll direct it through the legs of Louis Jean. And it looks like it's going to be icing on the Admirals with 16:24 left in the third. With it being the third game in 3 days Monday, fatigue is going to settle in. Both teams pretty well conditioned. Obviously, people are kind of theorized that part of the Grizzlies' comeback attempt and successful comeback last night was due to the altitude. As Grizzlies really had a lot of juice late in the game on last night. Admirals win the draw. They'll get to center ice across the center red line and skip it into the zone, looking for Jamison. Caron gets spun around by Wickers. Puck goes deep in the Grizzly zone. Stucker gets it. He'll move it out to Gallant, who couldn't play the puck, and even if he did, it's icing on Utah with 16:07 left in the third. So the draw comes back towards Will Cranley. He's played a good game, stopping 20 of 22. Cranley just turned 22 years old a few weeks ago. He was drafted in the 6th round by the St. Louis Blues, 163rd overall back in 2020. Cranley played in 6 games with Reading earlier this season, including a couple against the Admirals. As a draw won by Utah, Wickers throws around his net. Stucker in the far corner, pushes ahead to Gallant. As Manning will chip it off the glass. Puck bounces at neutral ice. And the puck hippity hops off the stick near side. Bocage collides with Montgomery. I think they're going to get Bocage for a high stick. As Montgomery trying to get around Bocage, the whistle blows. As Montgomery draws the penalty. Bocage is in the box. 2 minutes for high sticking. 15:51 left in the third. So It's going to be the Admirals' third power play of the game. They are 1 for 2 on the man advantage. As Bocage gets a swig of water, he sits next to Max Neal in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. As Bocage got a stick lifted up and hit Sean Montgomery. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Wickers will sell it over Musser's head and all the way deep into the Admirals zone. Norfolk is skating from left to right as we see it from high top section 114. Grizzlies from right to left. As Norfolk gets to neutral ice, they'll push it towards Jamison. Jamison over the line, sails it across left side for Kadek. Kadek skates towards the far goal line, and he chips it up top. Smirnoff over to Musser in the high slot. Right wings it to Timofeyev. He throws to Kadek along the near goal line. Kadek tried to find Jamison. It's taken away by Wickers, who gets it and clears it out. Grizzlies will reshuffle the deck and get 4 new skaters on the ice as Penner's out there with Aragon, Mayhew, and Wesley. As Messer gets the center ice, drops it for Smirnoff, who's as quick as anybody in this league. Smirnoff over the line, right side, stops to the point. He gets pushed in the back by Aragon. Grizzlies get it, and Mayhew clears it out. Aragon holds his face of it. We're hit with a high stick, but no call was made. Norfolk's on the power play for another minute. Right wing pass to Jamison. He gets around Mayhew. Jamison back checked by Penner, who gets the puck and clears it out. Good shift by the Iron Man, Tyler Penner. He and Aragon exit the ice. Luke Manning joins the play with Adam Berg. Wesley and Mayhew still out there. Admirals still deep in their own zone. Now they start the attack. Right wing pass to Montgomery. He drew the power play. Gets the right side. Dumps it into the corner. He gets it back. Montgomery feeds it up top. Caron has it slide off his stick and out to center ice, as he didn't get much on the pass. Caron back at the Norfolk blue line. Now he dances around back towards Perrott. And now ahead. Perrott as puck at center ice. Caron steps over the line. He gets around Mayhew. Caron strong with the puck near goal line. Skates around Cranley's net. Caron dances around. Now he feeds it up top. As the Admirals, McLean drops it back for Caron. 6 minutes into the third period. Across to McLean. Left side shot. Gets redirected. Wesley battles. Puck near Cranley. And he is covered up. Good job by the Grizzlies protecting their crease. In particular, it was Mayhew, Wesley, Manning, and Berg just building a wall right there in front of the paint to allow Cranley to freeze the puck. So Bocage comes out of the box. We're back to skating 5-on-5. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Might be a time for immediate timeout as we're back to even strength, but it looks like we're going to play on until the next whistle. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Admirals 2. Nobody has scored here so far in the third period. Draws in the far circle. Stapley will take it. He's got 1 assist tonight and 41 on the season, which is in the top 10 in the league. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Wickers drops it for Stapley. He's on the far side. He'll saucer it airborne behind Messner. Cutler chases after it, but it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies with 13:42 left in regulation. Draw comes back towards Will Cranley. Brian Kanaswich wearing a dark suit jacket with a white shirt and a pretty sharp-looking tie. Christian Horn, on the other hand, going with a blue suit jacket, kind of a gray shirt. Either coach wearing the green here on St. Patrick's Day. Grizzlies in the black jerseys, white numbers, professional green trim won the draw. Wickers will tap it off the near glass, goes flying into the Admiral zone. Messner gets pushed in the back by Sargis. Iverson steps over the line, right side, drops it for Sargis, who feeds it towards the middle. As the Admirals couldn't corral it, and that was number 23, Josh McDougall, 1 of 6 defensemen tonight, as McDougall gets held up along the near boards. As Wickers gives a good shoulder check towards Mark Lewinsky. Lewinsky hacking away, Stapley trying to break the puck free. Stapley does. He'll push it to the far side. Admirals challenge Stucker, but Stucker gets the puck and he'll shovel it out of the zone. As the puck hippity-hops out towards Peretz, he has to play it in the crease, and he'll shovel it towards the near side. Grizzlies make a full line change as Norfolk will fire it off the far boards. It rolls towards Cranley, and it's going to be icing as the Admirals dumped it in from their territory. Max Neal comes out of the box, and so does Connor Fedoric. Draw's going to come back to the Admiral zone. 12:49 left here in the third. As we had mentioned, the Grizzlies have done a pretty good job protecting leads here on home ice. As they 29th home game for the Grizzlies this year. They're 18-9-1 here at home. They've got a positive goal margin of about 14, plus 14 here at home. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Fitz out there. He's got 2 goals tonight. Fitz far side, fires towards the net. It goes wide as Fitz was looking for Aragon cutting in front. Good job by Brandon Fay taking away Aragon's space. And as the Admirals skate in, left side shot, saved by Cranley. As Timo Fayev fired away from the left side, Cranley made the save, and then Timo Fayev slammed his stick along the goal post and broke it in 2 as he gets a new stick from Mason Whalen, the equipment manager. Timeout on the ice, 12:36 left in the third, as Will Cranley has come up big for Utah. It's Grizzlies 4 and the Admirals 2. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. We're having a good time here on a Sunday afternoon. And remember, you can watch this game on the Flow Sports social media channels. Watch this game for free. Kind of a free preview that they show every Sunday with the league game. And it's Grizzlies game today. Off the draw, shot is blocked. Now far side shot kick saved by Cranley as Grizzlies lead 4-2. Wesley in the near corner. This will get to Penner, over to Aragon, back off of Mayhew as the puck glides towards Peretz. And the Grizzlies will sneak in a line change as entering the ice is Luke Manning, who played his college hockey at St. Thomas. As Louis Jean gets a new try, he crosses center. He loses the puck, though, as it bounced off the ankle of Alex Bocage. But gathering it is Smirnoff, who wraps it around the wall. John gets spun around by Wesley, who shovels it high into the air. Puck bounces near Norfolk's bench. Out at center ice, Manning gets back checked by Jean and loses his balance. Timo Fayev gets the puck far side. He'll take a righty shot, didn't get much on it. As puck along the right side, Timo Fayev's got a new stick as he broke it before the whistle. To begin the timeout, right side, one-timer, kick saved by Cranley. That was taken by Andrew McLean. Puck rolls along the far board. Smirnoff skates over there to keep it in. He'll roll along the wall behind Utah's net. Puck is gathered by the Admirals. They feather it out in front, but Cranley cuts it off and stops play with 11:28 left in the third. Same 2 teams tomorrow night. 6:50 pregame show, 7:10 face-off. But we want to see a big crowd here at Maverick Center for Smith's Family Night, presented by Smith's. 4 tickets for $40, $10 for each additional ticket after that. Then the Grizzlies later on this week will be on the road against Rapid City. Friday and Saturday night will be at 7:05, and Sunday will be at 4 o'clock. Draw one by the Admirals. Shot is blocked away. That shot was taken by Cameron Nault. Now far side, Musser feeds it to the far circle. As the Admirals dance around, Musser couldn't get it on a pass from Montgomery. As the Admirals feed it out in front, it bounced off the Sargis' stick. Cutler will throw it all the way deep in the Admiral zone and chase after it. Whistle blows, though, as Utah's called for icing with 11:08 left in the third. So draw comes back to Will Cranley, who's certainly been solid here tonight. Cranley has saved 24 of 26. Draw in the near circles, won by Utah in their own zone. They skate from right to left here in the third period. Stucker moves it ahead, but Nault keeps it in, and they'll fire it in deep off the Maverick side. As Cranley shuffles it towards the near corner. 2-on-2 battle. Puck goes to Stucker, who wheels it along the wall. Cutler cuts it off in the left far side. He'll get it to Stapley. Stapley gets a new try. He gets around Sargis' check. Stapley loses the puck as he avoided Nault. Nault gets it at center ice near the Grizzlies bench. He pushes it ahead. Stapley We'll move it to Wickers down the middle. Wickers shuffles towards his left. He gets the new tries. Wickers head to Stapley, who steps over the line. As the puck gets poked away by McDougall. At center ice, Jamison enters from the right side. He's trying to get to Caddick, passes too much in front of him. As the Admirals skate towards the corner, Lewiski goes down. So does Mayhew, crashes along the wall. Norfolk has a glance off a stick near circle. As Lewiski and Mayhew collide, Neal gets the puck. He'll toss it ahead. Bouncing puck. Fed fires it to the far corner. As the Admirals in the attack zone here about halfway through the third period. Left point shot. Saved by Cranley. As Lewiski and Mayhew, boy, those guys really go after it in front of the crease. As Lewiski was trying to redirect it, Mayhew, who pound for pound is one of the tougher players in the league, they were really wrestling around for positioning all shift long. As Lewiski was trying to redirect it, and Mayhew trying to hold his ground as well. Looks like I got a piece of either Lewiski onto Mayhew, kind of slowing down the shot that was taken from the left point, and Cranley was able to make a stop. 10:06 left in the third. It's 4-2 Grizzlies. Fitz has 2 goals. Cole Gallant and Brandon Cutler each have 1 goal. Tyler Penner, boy, what a battle there. Penner and Wickers each have 2 assists. Lewiski and Mayhew. And good job by the referee not calling a penalty on either guys. Both guys really just battling for positioning. How many games are won and lost by that area right in front of the paint? Off the draw, shot is blocked away. It looked like a hit off Lewiski. Now another shot saved by Cranley. As Lewiski blocked the first shot, he gets back to his feet but's limping. As Cole Gallant will feather it out to center ice. Puck hit the opposite near the Grizzlies bench. It goes back over to Jamison, who gets pushed by Neal. As Lewiski throws to the Utah line, nobody there but Mayhew. Problem, plays for the Grizzlies. Mayhew fakes to Wesley as Mayhew surveys. He's now in the far corner deep in the Grizzlies zone. He'll lift it out to Wesley. Wesley out in the near side, pivots. He'll skate back towards the corner as the Grizzlies spread the ice. 9:33 and counting left in the third. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Admirals 2. Wesley, the Grizzlies captain, son of Glenn Wesley, the former 20-year NHL vet. He'll throw it to the near side for Mayhew. Outlets at the center ice to Fitz, who dumps it in. Aragon chasing after it. He gets around Louis Jean, who now battles with Aragon in the corner. Louis Jean will bounce it out to center ice. Wickers will brush it ahead. Louis Jean back at his blue line will pivot as he's being shadowed by Fitz. Louis Jean moves it across. Now back to Louis Jean on the near side. Diagonal pass, bounces off a stick onto another Admiral as Iverson skates down the middle, but the Admirals are offside with 8:57 left in the third. So in terms of what's happened here in the third period, you'd probably say not a whole lot. If you're a Grizzlies fan, though, that benefits you with a 2-goal lead. Everybody's still kind of buzzing about how last night's game turned out. The Admirals really controlled the first 57 minutes of play, outscoring the Grizzlies 4-1. Utah scored 3 goals in a 68-second stretch. One of those you had to be there to believe it. As the military night miracle in front of a big crowd of 8,500. Grizzlies settle into the zone. Luke Manning, toe drag near circle, and he gets cut off and divorced in the puck. Wickers left point. Rolls along. Manning behind the net gets cut off as the Admirals skate towards the near corner. Big time hit delivered by Bocage as he gave a good shoulder check towards McDougall. Bocage drops it off for Gallant. He gets hit. Wickers left side, fires a lefty shot. And he glances up and McDougall sticking it, flies out of play. 8:27 left in the third. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Earlier in this homestand on Saturday, March 9th, Alex Bocage had an unbelievable game. It was the second game of the homestand. Today is game 5 of the homestand. Bocage had 2 goals and 3 assists in the Grizzlies' 5-4 overtime victory. That's right, he contributed to all 5 of Utah's goals. And he was named the league's player of the week for last week. Off the draw, Admirals win it. They push it ahead to Timofeyev. He enters from the far side, but the Admirals are offside. Good job by the Grizzlies challenging Timofeyev. It was really subtle, but they did a good job at their blue line, kind of making Timofeyev work to enter the zone and kind of mess up the timing of the play. Christian Horn dancing around, the Grizzlies assistant. He played with the Norfolk Admirals for 3 different seasons. Horn had 2 hat tricks for Norfolk back in the 2017-2018 season. Draw won by the Admirals. Right side, Musser enters. He's been shadowed like a hawk by Wickers as Wickers drags down Musser right in front of the referee. No call. Adam Bird will drag it out to neutralize. Left wing, he crosses center. Steps over the line onside. He'll chip it to the near corner, chasing after it as he gets a good shoulder check from Fedoruk. As Cutler near side surveys, feeds it towards the middle for Berg. He'll take a lefty shot. It's blocked by Musser. Semick directs it towards Mayhew. Gives a good shoulder fake. Cutler left side. Lefty shot goes wide. Semick throws behind his back for Stapley, who pushes ahead but didn't get very far. Smirnov took it away. Smirnov gets cut off by Stapley at neutral ice. Stapley gets the puck. Grizzlies change around him. They'll move it to Mayhew now. Stapley comes off the ice. Mayhew down Broadway. Glides towards his right. He'll dump it in as he got cut off by Garrett Sargis. As the Admirals out to neutral ice. As Sean Montgomery steps over the line. Gets to the far side. Admirals try to center it. Grizzlies stick it away. Far point. Sargis fires it to the corner. As Wesley lifts it out to center ice. Goes past on as the puck hit the opposite into the Admiral zone. John far side. Grizzlies change up as Wesley comes off. Wickers and Stucker on the ice. Messner delivers a good blow on the far side. Neal pushes up top to Stucker. Grizzlies in the attack zone as Messner over to Neal. Back behind Utah's net for Bocage. He's challenged by Iverson. Puck goes back to the far corner as Messner pushes ahead. And Norfolk fires it across the center ice. It ricochets off the near boards. Wickers flubs it back into the right corner. Iverson will push it ahead. Pass connects to Montgomery, tape to tape. Montgomery into the zone. Great poke check by Wickers. Montgomery gathers the puck in the far point. He'll saucer it across. Puck skips towards Fade. Brandon Fade, right side, dances around. He's being shouted by Neal. Fade directs it off the backboards. As Connick, as Cranley goes down, puck ends up in the far corner. Connick gets pushed by Stucker. They got 6:15 left in the third. Grizzlies up by 2. As Norfolk fires it in deep, wraparound shot, saved by Cranley. And he holds on as Caddick had the puck behind the net after Norfolk got it in deep. Caddick with a wraparound, but Cutler was able to close the front door and make the stop. I got to think that if this score holds up, got to give Will Cranley a star effort. You know, we're talking about Christian Horn, the Grizzlies assistant. He played in 73 games in Norfolk from 2017 through 2020, where he scored 21 goals and 25 assists. A lot of different ties between the Grizzlies and the Admirals. Dean Yakura played in last night's game with Utah. He played in 8 games in Norfolk last year, and Yakura's a scratch. Keaton Jamison, former Grizzly, had 15 goals for Utah last year. He takes the draw and wins it against Penner. Those guys are good friends along the near boards. Connick battles with Mayhew. He'll push it to the high slot. Fitz took it away. Great poke check, though, by Fedoruk. Otherwise, Fitz could have had a breakaway and a chance for his third of the game. Wesley behind Cranley's net. Grizzlies skating from right to left. 5:50 and counting left in the third as Mayhew pushes ahead to Aragon. Now to Penner down the middle. He'll skate into the zone. Penner gets around a defender, takes a shot. Saved by Peretz. Admirals come back the other way. They cross center ice. They glided ahead, but Wesley will saucer at left wing to Fitz. He has to tap off his stick. Gathering his Fade. He will feed it to the far circle. The Admirals skip it back to the near circle as Norfolk will bounce it off the near wall for Thomas Cron, who's got a goal tonight. Cron gets checked by Bocage. Bocage goes down. Admirals flub it out to center ice. It's Caddick will direct it to his left. Admirals step over the line. Norfolk, as Mayhew's laying on the ice, it looks like he got hit pretty hard. Mayhew's still down. Timofeyev fires away. Puck flips high into the air. As I think Mayhew, I can't say it was a cheap shot, but I can't say it wasn't either. As Mayhew's on the ice. The Grizzlies' dependable defenseman, calmly, the Grizzlies trainer runs out to check on him. Hopefully the Grizzlies star defenseman's okay. 5:07 left in the third. I wonder if he got hit with a cheap shot. Grizzlies lead 4-2. We'll find out how this one ends on the other side. Grizzlies lead 4-2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. hopefully Kyle Mayhew's okay as he's walking it off over in the Grizzlies tunnel. Utah leads 4-2. Neither team has scored here so far in the third period. There hasn't been a whole lot that's happened here in the final frame. Norfolk does have a big shot advantage in the second period. They have taken 9 shots, and the Grizzlies have 4. And Will Cranley has really stepped up big for the Grizzlies here this afternoon, stopping 27 of 29. 5:07 is left in regulation. Oh, yeah. You know what happened? Holy cow. That's a cheap shot if I've ever seen one. Andrew McLean just took his stick and whacked it between Mayhew's legs. I don't think we're going to see Andrew McLean tomorrow, and Weston DeWitt, the Norfolk broadcaster, sees that himself. McLean's got to get a suspension for that. He gave Mayhew an old cup check from behind. Hey, no Mitch cup check. That's what McLean gave him. Fans saw it on the replay, and that's about as much emotion as I've seen all game. Puck deep in the Grizzlies zone near side as Bocage. Well, Mayhew's going to be okay. It looks like he's just walking it off as along the near side, Grizzlies get it. Stucker around Cranley's net. They'll get it to head to Wickers, who gets the center ice. Over to Bocage on the left side. Bocage steps over the line, skates towards his right. He'll take a righty shot. And a kick saved by Perez. As Gallant gets up top to Stucker. High slot, righty shot. Saved by Perez again, and he holds on with 4:28 left in the third. I wondered if Mayhew was hit with a cheap shot. McLean from behind just took a stick and whoop right between Mayhew's legs. So Mayhew looks like he's okay. In fact, Mayhew's on the ice right now as he didn't miss a shift, and he gets a big standing ovation from this Mavericks center crowd. And I wonder if Andrew McLean's going to play tomorrow, as he might have to sit a game out or two. I mean, I would think you just take a guy's stick and boom, right up the midsection of Kyle Mayhew. No wonder why he was down, but Mayhew's back up. He's a hockey player. Grizzlies won the draw. Stapley feathers it out in front, and a score! Berg was in the area, and this baby's in the refrigerator as Grizzlies have taken a 5-2 lead. Looks like Berg's going to get credited with the goal as Stapley just kind of pushed it out in front. Now we got a fight. We got a fight in the Norfolk side as Leslie's in the area, as Cutler looking things over. McLean's not happy. Grizzlies want revenge for McLean for giving Cutler the old, for giving Mayhew the old cup check. As Cutler and McLean exchange words, McLean's the one that was at fault here. He's the guy that decided to shove his stick where the sun don't shine. And McLean and the Grizzlies wanted to get after McLean. They saw the replay. They know what happened. And now another Grizzly, Josh Wesley, is yelling at Andrew McLean. As Stapley got it out in front, Berg was being challenged by McLean, and Grizzlies celebrate their 5th goal of the night. And with that, fans get cheeseburgers. Andrew McLean gets 2 minutes for roughing, and it looks like a 10-minute misconduct. Cutler's in the box as well. It's 5-2 Grizzlies here with 4:23 left in the third. Berg gets a goal, Stapley gets the 2nd assist of the night, and Brandon Cutler now has 1 goal and 1 assist. I wonder if things are going to get chippy here in the final 4 minutes and 23 seconds of regulation. As Brandon Cutler and Stapley get the assist. And things are going to get very chippy. They're looking at it. And the goal wasn't all that clean. I think they're checking to see if Berg kicked it in. So right now it's 5-2 Grizzlies, but they're looking at it on the tablet. 4:23 left in the third. We're back in 30 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. They're going to video replay. Right now it's 5-2 Grizzlies. They're checking for a kicking motion with Adam Berg, who is being challenged by a Norfolk player. As Cutler's in the box for the Grizzlies, and McLean is in there for Norfolk. McLean got 2 for roughing. It looks like so did Cutler. And both penalties are listed on the scoreboard. As they're checking it over, time of the penalties 15:37 into the third. We're wondering 15:37 into the third if Adam Berg has scored Utah's 5th goal. It's important because cheeseburgers are on the line on the Carl's Jr. app. As after the play was over, McLean pushed Mayhew. That's the second time McLean's gotten a piece of Mayhew here in the third period. And it's a good goal. Fans get cheeseburgers here at Maverick Center. Let's go to the Carl's Jr. app to redeem it. As it's Utah's 5th goal of the night. It's 5-2. As it looks like we're going to skate 5 on. Let's see how many fingers are being held up. I think it's 4 on 4 is what we're going to skate here late in the third period. As it's now 5-2 Utah. Grizzlies fries for 4 goals. They're upgraded to a cheeseburger. It glanced off of Berg's skate, but there was no direct kicking motion, just kind of an incidental. That's where the puck ended up, just glancing off his skate and into the back of the net. 5-2 Utah's. It's been a balanced attack here. Grizzlies win the draw. Mayhew gets to Wesley. Is Wesley being challenged by Jamison? He'll throw it back to Mayhew, who pound for pound is one of the tougher guys in the league. Mayhew drops it off for Stapley near side. 4:08 and counting left in the third. Stapley near side will cross center ice. He's being challenged by Jamison. Stapley down the middle. Gets taken away as a triple team of Norfolk players were in front of him. Up ahead, right wing. Cameron Nault, right side, lefty shot. Saved by Cranley. And he holds on with 3:56 left in the third. As Cranley has now saved 28 of 30. Same 2 teams tomorrow night. As Utah's really played well this series, at least, you know, the last, I'd say 5 minutes of last night's game, and today they put together a really strong effort. And you wonder if a victory like they had last night, the way the Grizzlies won, if that's going to be what jump starts them into their playoff push here late in the season. As draw goes into the near corner, Grizzlies have it. Stucker, Wickers battle with a couple Admirals. Timofeyev over to McDougal. As puck ends up to the left side. Admirals, Carson Musser dances around. He's at the left point. They'll push it over as the Admirals over in the far corner. Skate around Cranley's net. They chip it out in front. The only guy there is Stucker. As Utah's up by 3, Luke Manning stops the Utah line, gets it back to Wickers. As Wickers over to the near side, dance around, shuffles towards his right, and pushes over to Stucker along the near side. Stucker over to Wickers. 3:20 and counting left in the third. Utah leads 5-2. Ahead to Stucker near side. He crosses center ice. He'll bank it off the near boards, but the Grizzlies are whistled for offside with 3:13 left in the third. So Draw's going to come back to neutral ice. It's game 60 of the regular season for both teams. The Grizzlies will have 12 games after tonight. 7 of the 12 will be at Maverick Center. Nick Messner at center ice will take the face-off against Thomas Caron. Messner wins it cleanly. Stucker near the Grizzlies bench. Gets it back to Wickers. Time's on Utah's side with about 3 minutes left as Wickers dance around Cranley's net. And Thomas Caron skates towards Wickers to try to initiate action. Near side, Stucker. Pass ahead. Glance off a Caron stick. It flies into the Admiral zone. Dylan Fitz gets a good check from Louis Jean. Messner near side. Skate towards his right. He'll stop in the slot. Get it towards Stucker. High slot. Righty shot. Saved by Peretz. And puck goes back over towards Norfolk. They'll move it ahead. Deep into the zone. And it's taken by Lewiski. He gets a good shoulder check from Fitz. Lewiski feeds over to the far circle. Norfolk dance around. They skate around Cranley's net towards the near side. They get it to Caron, who moves towards his left. Caron now in the slot. Lefty shot. Goes high off the glass. Both teams are back at full strength. McLean will skate towards the bench. Cutler stays on the ice. Long range pass connects to Cutler. Left side, centers it out front to Messner. Pass goes wide of the mark. As far corner, Musser gets pushed by Messner. 2:08 and counting left in the third. As the puck goes up top, Mayhew couldn't reach it. Cranley behind his net wearing number 30. We'll let Mayhew play it. So roll it towards the near side at center ice. Sarr just couldn't gather it. Max Neal enters from the left side. Neal feathers a shot, saved by Peretz. Stays in play. Iverson throws to center ice. Mayhew pushes it back to the Norfolk line. And the Grizzlies are offside with 1:44 left in regulation. we're almost hesitant based on how last night's game went, regardless of who's ahead, to put this game in the refrigerator. I think we're, you know, almost have to wait till the final minutes because you never know. As draws going to be in Grizzlies territory, neutral ice. Penner taking the face-off for Utah, the Grizzlies Iron Man. They show Andrew McLean on the video board and all the fans. He's become public enemy number one. Mason Whalen looking up, going, I know they're not booing me. As the Admirals win the draw, head to Iverson, who flies it in. Cranley, far side, will shuffle along. Cranley got hit by Iverson, and now we're probably going to get a brawl here. As Iverson threw a cheap shot with his stick onto Cranley. As everybody's found a dance partner, and an Admiral is dragging down and throwing punches, and that's Brandon Fage is pumping away on a Grizzly. That's Aragon he's pumping away on. Josh Wesley has got a towel to his face. Another cheap shot had been thrown on Wesley. As he's drawing blood, he's going to go to the locker room. And now some more pushing and shoving. As we've pretty much got a yard sale here in the Grizzly zone. Tyler Penner is furious. Keegan Iverson threw a cheap shot with his stick onto Cranley. We don't want to be the kind of broadcaster that's, you know, throwing cheap shots at the other team, but I think maybe we're getting an indication as to why the Admirals lead the league in penalty minutes this year. As Aragon's over there, Fage was really pumping away on him. Iverson delivered a shot on Cranley, and that got the brawl started. Iverson and Aragon and Fade talking things over. Iverson's going to get an early shower, it looks like. As the crowd really fired up here late, and everybody pretty fired up as well. What do they call it? Old-time hockey? That looks like what we've got here late in regulation. Grizzlies up 5-2. And John Lindner, the referee's got his work cut out for him. I don't know if they're going to show the replay. That's probably going to incite the crowd even more. As Iverson, yeah, they're going to show a replay here. Cranley to the far side. Iverson took a stick and just ran right in. He just ran Cranley. No doubt about it. And Penner said that's not. Penner took up for his teammate immediately. Aragon came over there and then Fed had a little bit with Aragon. Wesley, I don't know what happened with Wesley, but he was holding a towel to his face as he was drawing some serious blood. So Locker's getting looked over by Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer. I don't know if this game's out of hand, but it's kind of teetering towards the out-of-hand kind of portion of it. As Grizzlies look like they're going to win the first two games of this series. I mean, Iverson, we saw in the second period a couple times after the play kind of messed with Cranley a little bit, and then right there he saw Cranley out of his crease and he took a shot at him. Referee talking things over. He's going to take a good long look as we're probably getting some players getting early showers. And you got to wonder, Andrew McLean's one of Norfolk's best players, but him with the old cup check to Kyle Mayhew, you got to wonder about his availability tomorrow as well. Norfolk only has 6 defensemen on their roster, so they would be shorthanded in terms of defensemen going into tomorrow's game if McLean gets a suspension. John Linder's got his work cut out for him. Now he's going to go talk with Jeff Carr, the Admirals head coach. As Jeff Carr has a few words for Lindner. I don't think we can repeat any of them, though. And now Lindner's going to talk with Ryan Kanasowicz. As Kanasowicz just kind of looks with amazement. Kanasowicz with that very puzzled look. He had that look of, what? Kanasowicz looked pretty puzzled. As now the penalty box score is going to open up and Danny Kadek is going to enter. I think Kadek's going to represent Iverson of some kind. There's 1:34 left in the third period, and all this is really doing is delaying me from watching and looking at the NCAA tournament brackets. Draw's going to be the Admirals zone. Looks like a 4-minute penalty has been given to Keegan Iverson, so it looks like the Grizzlies will be on the power play for the rest of regulation. Grizzlies bench, we don't know what happened to Wesley, but Wesley is out as he's getting his face looked at. So it looks like Fade and Aragon got fighting majors. They're out of the game. As Grizzlies win the draw, there's 1:30 left as the puck empty hops out to center ice. Stapley gets pushed. The stick of Thomas Cron goes flying in the air. Mason Whalen will give him a stick. As the puck, Cranley dives towards the near circle. Gets there in front of Jamison. As the fans like that, as Jamison went heels overhead. Mayhew over to Cutler near side. Over to Stapley. He steps over the line. Right side. As he gets dragged down, a penalty is going to be called on the Admirals. And that's Carson Musser. As Stapley drew the penalty. Keaton Jamison upset. Slashing is going to be the call. Musser's going to the box. Jamison has a few words for John Lindner. It's 5-2 Grizzlies. Musser pretty upset as he enters the penalty box. There's 1:07 left in the third period. Draw's going to be the Admiral zone. It's 5-2 Utah. Very physical third period. Wesley got hit up high and got cut. And he's in the locker room right now. Hopefully he's okay. Draw won by the Grizzlies. We didn't see what happened to Wesley, but we did see that he was drawing a lot of blood. Bocage over to the far side, back to Bocage. Far circle. He directs it to Mayhew high slot. Over to Stapley near side. Less than a minute left in regulation. Stapley over the left point. Glides towards his right. He's down the high slot. Fires a righty shot towards Fitz. It goes wide and directs out of play. As Grizzlies looking to find Fitz out in front. As Fitz already has 2 goals tonight. Looking for the hat trick. 46 seconds left in regulation. Musser gets 2 minutes for slashing. We're kind of hoping for the description of all the penalties that happened about a minute ago. Maybe we'll get to that during the postgame report. Grizzlies win the draw. Mayhew left side. Moves to Bocage. Back to Mayhew high slot. He'll fake it to his left. Get it back to Bocage on the right side, who bobbled it for a second. Gets it back and gets it to the Cutler. Over to Stapley near goal line. He feeds it up top to Mayhew. Back to Stapley near side. 30 seconds left. The Stapley surveys. Gets it back towards Mayhew. Shoulder fake over to Bocage. High slot. Righty shot. Saved by Peretz. And he holds on with 24 seconds left in the third as this baby's in the refrigerator. And the Grizzlies going to win the first 2 games of this series. Very balanced attack by the Grizzlies, who got contributions from every forward line. And what can you say? It's been a pretty good performance. Draw. Empty opposite to the slot. Mayhew over to the left point. 19 seconds left. Left side toe drag shot kick saved by Peretz. And the Admirals clear it out. 14 seconds left. Bocage racing after it. And so move it towards Cutler. 10 seconds left. Cutler gets to center ice. He'll skate into the zone down the middle. Over to Fitz right side, back towards Cutler off the end boards. 3 seconds. Puck goes to Fitz in the far corner. He feeds it up top. Nobody home, and that will do it. Grizzlies win! Grizzlies win 5-2, and there is no doubt about it. As Will Cranley was outstanding in net. And the Grizzlies get 2 goals from Dylan Fitz. Utah also got goals from Adam Berg, Cole Gallant, and Brandon Cutler. As the Grizzlies come away with a 5-2 victory, and they have won each of the first 2 games of this series. Utah's looking for the sweep on Monday night, as Grizzlies will play at 3-3. Utah had a thrilling comeback victory last night. Tonight was a very workmanlike effort as Grizzlies got contributions from everybody up and down the lineup. Tyler Penner and Quinn Wickers had 2 assists, and what can you say? Just a great attack by the Grizzlies tonight. And with Allen losing earlier today, Utah is now 3 points ahead of the Allen Americans for 4th place in the Mountain Division standings. Grisby waves the flag at center ice. The Grizzlies come away with the 2